Blackhawks professional hockey on the Blackhawks Radio Network.
Power play goes for the Hawks. They lead 2-1 now in front of the net. They score again. It's McKenzie and Twessel.
Now, welcome the Chicago Blackhawks radio broadcast team.
You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN. The Hawks are set to take on the Avs for the first of 3 meetings between these division foes this month. Privileged to be filling in for the great John Weideman. I'm Jason Ross Jr. alongside Kaylee Chelios. Tonight, Kaylee, happy to be back with you here at the bar.
Jason, congratulations on making your NHL debut. And like you said, you've earned this, and I'm so excited to be a part of this broadcast with you tonight.
Thank you, Kaylee. So pumped to work with you. You heard him on the pregame show. Joe Brand with us as well. We'll dive right into our picks for tonight. Our Marquette Bank, who am I banking on? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Wake up to a better bank with Marquette Bank and fun rewards. Kaylee, I'm going to go with Henrik Borgstrom tonight. 3-game point streak, season long for him on a new look line tonight as well. And then your first choice pick to perform.
I like that, Jason. Borgstrom had a great game. I think for me, it's going to be my pick to perform. It's probably going to be Brandon Hagel. You know, he's playing on the top line with Patrick Kane tonight, and I think, like Derek King said, he might be one of those players to get that greasy goal that they've been looking for. So he's my pick to perform, sponsored by First Choice Equipment, Chicago's leader for Kubota skid steers, excavators, and track loaders. Visit firstchoiceequipment.com.
I like it. Keys to the game, sponsored by Team Hochberg.
Yeah, my key tonight, Jason, it's going to be staying out of the penalty box. They have to be disciplined. They're playing against a high-powered offense in Colorado. Don't give them any more opportunities than they need to. Stay out of the box and keep it simple.
This should be a fun one, as you mentioned. Don't give them more opportunities than you need to, because like you talked about in the pregame show, you make mistakes against this Avs team, and they burn you pretty quickly.
Keys to the game: if you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home, go to 56david.com.
Well, Hawks come in tonight 11-17-4, 26.7 in the Central. Avs on the flip side 18-8-2, 38 points, 4th in the Central, 2 points back of the Wild. Entering tonight, again, first of 3 matchups this month between the Avs and Hawks. Getting closer and closer to National Anthem as the building comes alive here at the UC on a Tuesday night. Hawks in the midst of 5 games in 7 days. Busy month. 17 games this month. Only twice do they have breaks of at least 2 days between games as well.
And for these games, Jason, in this 7-day, 8-day stretch, they're against Western Conference teams. So the Hawks looking to continue to try to put themselves in the wild card race. And Colorado is right there at the top with 38 points, tied with Edmonton for first in the wild card race. And they've had a little bit of an up and down season just dealing with COVID-related protocol. And Nathan McKinnon missed some time with injury and COVID, but now it seems like they are rolling. They're 6-0-1 in their last 7 games, 6-2-1 in the month of December. So the Hawks, Jason, are going to have their hands full.
The Avs coming off a 4-2 win over the Ducks on Sunday. That was a 2-2 game with 70 seconds left. Logan O'Connor scored off an assist from Nathan McKinnon. And then an empty netter capped it off to win it 4-2 over Anaheim. Tonight's presentation of the National Anthem is proudly sponsored by John Sales and Services, Inc., a proud partner of Plumbers 911, saluting our soldiers here and abroad. We send it down to Jim Cornelison, the best in the business, to take it away.
As well as all of the members of our military, home and abroad, as organist Frank Pellico and soloist Jim Cornelison perform our National Anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, no contrasting in air.
if that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what does. Hawks and Avs coming up. Marc-Andre Fleury will make the start for the Hawks tonight. In the net to our right. His first start since December 17th, his 21st start of the season.
And the Hawks should feel pretty good having him back in net tonight. They're going to need him, trying to face that top line for the Colorado Avalanche, led by McKinnon, who's on a 10-game point streak. And we talked about it in the pregame a little bit, Jason, but just keeping it simple, be ready. Derek King said that this morning. That's what they have to do against Colorado right from the get-go.
Well, in front of him, the deep pairing of Seth Jones and Jake McCabe. Up front from left to right for the Hawks, Philip Kurashev, Kirby Dach, and Mackenzie Entwistle. We'll begin the game for Chicago, and we're underway here at the UC. Off the face-off, puck available along the near wall at center ice. Raked free back into the Avs zone along the near corner. That deep pairing of Cale Makar and Devon Taves gets the start for the Avs, one of the best deep pairings in the NHL. Their top unit, Mikko Rantanen, Gabe Landeskog, and Nathan McKinnon on the ice. And they enter the Hawks zone in the high slot. Landeskog lofts it to the left wing corner, taken there by the Hawks, Seth Jones. Outlet feed to Dach, roaming up the left wing and in over the Avs line. Pulls up along the left half wall and swings it around the cage of Darcy Kemper, and behind the net, a centering feed from Kurashev to the slot, picked off by Devon Taves. Avs come back the other way. Lead feed in over the Hawk line goes J.C. Compher. Had it raked off his stick blade by Connor Murphy of the Hawks. He's paired up with Calvin DeHaan. Those two can reset and recalculate in their own end. Murphy fed it up the left wing, out of the reach of DeBrincat off a stick blade. It'll go into the Avs zone. We get an icing call. This is going to come all the way back down into the Hawks end.
And Hawks fans, every goal and assist by Patrick Kane or Jonathan Toews this season is sponsored by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check out Chevy Shop, click and drive. Shop online 24/7 at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
58 seconds in, no score, face-off to Fleury's right. Jonathan Toews set to take the draw here against Nazem Kadri. Kadri wins the draw back to the deep slot. Sam Girard, a slap shot off a body in front. Burakovsky takes it for the Avs, top of the right circle. On to the left point for Makar, dances into the slot. A backhand bait and a left pad save made by Fleury. Loose puck taken by Calvin DeHaan. He'll circle back about 5 feet inside of his own blue line, then dish it off to Connor Murphy. Return feed for DeHaan on the left wing at center ice. Drifts back into his own end, hits Brandon Hagel. He'll feed it over the Avs line to Kane in the deep slot. Back to Hagel in back of the Avs goal. Spins it to the far corner. Nicholas Aube-Kubel there for the Avs. He'll poke it back to the near corner of the Avs zone. Eric Johnson had it taken off his stick blade. Now Patrick Kane couldn't quite corral it, but got it up to McCabe left point Avs zone to Seth Jones. He fires from the right point. Kemper had to make a right pad save. Now the Avs dance back out to center ice. Alex Newhook throws it all the way down into the Hawks end. Seth Jones pounces on it there. Corrals it, then drops it back to McCabe in the far corner of the Hawks zone. He'll dish it ahead to Hagel. Up ahead, but over the stick blade of Patrick Kane. Avs have it back in their own end. Makar up ahead to Darren Helm over the Hawk line. Fired it wide left of the net of Fleury. Puck banked off the end boards back up to the point. A follow-up shot from there. Sizzled wide right. Now Jujhar Khaira has it for the Hawks. The fourth line is on the ice for Chicago. 17:40 to play in the opening period. No score. Avs and Hawks here at the UC. Puck at the Hawk line. Jujhar Khaira takes it there. He'll waltz up ahead on the left wing at center ice. Throws it all the way onto the net of Darcy Kemper. He'll hang on, and we get a whistle. Stop play with 17:28 to go in the first. No score.
Good pace to this game so far. I like the Hawks start. Just keeping it simple. Jujhar Khaira getting over the red line and just putting one on net. But that's what they have to do tonight. Get pucks in deep. You don't want to get into a situation where you're exchanging chances with Colorado, but I think they've gotten off to a good start so far.
Face-off to Kemper's right. It'll be Dach against McKinnon as the Avs get their top line back out on the ice.
And I think we'll maybe see this matchup a lot more from Derek King, this third line centered by Dach tonight with Kurashev. Dach
wins the draw to the left point for DeHaan. He fires a wrist shot over top the net of Kemper. Up and out of play. Ricocheted off a stick blade. 17:24 to go in the first. No score.
I like that idea from Calvin DeHaan, who got his first point the other night. He's been really active offensively, joining the rush. And that's what they need to do a lot more of tonight is the D have to engage, just get pucks on net.
He played a little over 18 minutes on Sunday against Calgary. Avs won that ensuing draw. Sam Girard plays it out to center ice. Rantanen over the Hawk line. Had it taken off his stick, played by DeHaan. Right on cue. Good play from him there. Puck along the near wall in the Hawk zone. Bowen Byram pushes it back down below the goal line. Then we get a whistle to stop play with 17:08 to go in the first.
Let's see, this line will have their hands full tonight. The Dock line, who tonight is going to be playing with Khrushchev and Mackenzie Entwistle, who draws back into the lineup, but you may not be able to hold them off the score sheet, Nathan McKinnon, but you have to do your best to contain him.
That line wins the offensive zone faceoff, and Rantanen has the puck in the deep slot. Onto the right point for Girard. Back to Rantanen. Fires a shot off a body in front. Never quite got through to Fleury. Now back at the left point. There's going to be a fight here. It is Landeskog and Murphy along the near wall. They tie up with one another. Landeskog, the Avs captain, took a couple of left hooks from Murphy. Murphy landed a right. Now they go down to the ice. Landeskog on top of Murphy, but Murphy may have gotten a clean right hook in before they went tumbling down.
Well, I love the fight from Connor Murphy. I mean, he dropped the gloves first right off the face-off. And I wonder if this has anything to do, earlier in the season, the home opener, Kirby Dach, took a mean hit from him in which he was suspended for it. And
Number 92, Chicago penalty number 5, 5 minutes each, fighting.
you know, we'll see maybe if tensions continue to rise, Jason, but you wonder if that has anything to do with the hit from Dach. We'll have to look at the replay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're showing it right now, I think, on the TV, but I mean, it was a really hard hit. It ends up being a boarding from Landeskog on Kirby Dach in that game. He gets suspended after that.
That was a dangerous hit. Dach was kind of down on one knee.
Yeah, no question that was an easy one, I think, for NHL player safety to call, given the history of Landeskog, but also I think he'd been suspended 2 other times in his career. But, I mean, the hit itself was dangerous. So if that was why, good on Murphy to stand up for his teammate there and maybe get some energy for his team.
The Avs win the ensuing draw. First meeting between these teams since opening night. That was a 4-2 win for the Avs. Colorado really jumped on the Hawks early in that matchup. Now we rejoin the play in the Hawks zone, where Taves will carry it out to center ice. Played it off the skate of Dominic Kubalik into the Avs zone. Cale Makar is there to feed it ahead. Sam Girard into the Hawks zone down the left wing. He fired wide left. Puck rolled off the near corner boards onto the stick blade of Alex DeBrincat. Throwed it out to the point, couldn't clear. Mistake in front. Kadri has a chance. He shoots, and it sizzled wide right. Dangerous chance in front there for the Avs, but the Hawks come away unscathed. 16-12 to go in the opening period. No score, Avs and Hawks. Devon Taves played it ahead to the Hawk line here for JT Compher into the right circle. His shot goes wide right off the end boards. Kadri muscling it away from Hagel. Couldn't quite corral it, but was able to tap it back into the Avs zone. Jack Johnson put it up the near wall, but couldn't clear. Hawks have it back in the offensive zone. Left wing corner, Borgstrom to Stillman. He fires it towards the net. A right pad save made by Kemper, and now he'll pounce on it below the goal line.
Great shift there by Kane, Borgstrom working together. Great forecheck, and you know, you have to get pucks from high to low on this team. If they're not giving you too much and trying to keep you on the perimeter like that, is a great job by Stillman just trying to put it on net, and the net front presence there looked like by Brandon Hagel.
15:44 to play in period 1. No score, Avs and Hawks. Been an entertaining start to this one. We've already had a fight between Connor Murphy and Gabe Landeskog. Face-off coming up to Kemper's right in the Avs zone. JT Compher against Henrik Borgstrom. Hawks in search of their first win of the month of January. 0-2 so far, losses to Nashville and Calgary. Borgstrom wins a big offensive zone draw. Kane beside the left circle. Flicks it up to the point here for Caleb Jones, who fires it wide right. Puck banked off the corner boards. Along the far side, it's loose and available. JT Compher now has it back for the Avs. Who played off the end boards to Bowen Byram. Young, bright defenseman. Put it over to Sam Girard, another young, good defenseman for this Avs team. Now the outlet to center ice, Tyson Jost has it. Slipped it across the rink, intercepted momentarily by Brandon Hagel. He had it and then lost it. Hawks get a change in. Avs opt to reset in their own zone. Up the left wing at center ice. Bowen Byram picking his way through traffic over the Hawks line. Stops up along the left half boards. Looked over his shoulder and found Sam Girard at the right point. He'll backhand into the near corner. Battle ensues there. Puck is available. Now Logan O'Connor has it for the Avs. The game-winning goal scorer on Sunday against the Ducks. Put it up the near wall. It's raked out to center ice by McCabe of the Hawks. Now onto the stick blade of Dylan Strome. Feeds to Kara over the Avs line down the left wing side. His shot off the stick of Johnson never quite got to Kemper. Now in the far circle of the Avs zone. Colorado has it back and they'll clear their end. Avs get a change. Hawks follow suit. Long stretch feed up to Kara at the Avs line from Marc-Andre Fleury. Rolled off his stick blade. Never quite got a hold of it. Avs are right back out to center ice with their top line. Devon Taves over the Hawks line. Drops it back from McKinnon onto Ranton. And he fires. And it sizzled wide right. Off the glass. Up and out of play. That is what their top line will do to you. They're up the ice in a quick hurry.
Yeah, Nathan McKinnon, I mean, he's just a big power forward, but his ability to make plays right there so fast. He has that ability to put defensemen back on their heels quickly, utilizing the time and space they gave him on the rush there, and that was nearly a really dangerous look there. Great job by Fleury. He's been solid to start so far this game.
Face off in the Hawks zone to the left of Fleury. Won by Chicago. Kirby Doc has it along the far side of the Hawks zone. Leaves it for Taves in front of the Hawks bench. He'll loft it through the air of the United Center down into the Avs end. Puck available at the Avs line. Taken by Doc. Fed into the slot. Was looking for Kurashev. Poked aside there. Avs tried to stride back out to center ice. Couldn't quite do so. Doc has it at the left point, then lost it to Rantanen. Puck is now out to center ice in front of the penalty boxes. Philip Kurashev will float it back into the Avs zone. Hawks take this time to get a change. Avs will do the same. 13:40 to go in the first period. No score. Puck shot out to center ice by Devon Taves. Picked off, and now Patrick Kane re-enters the Avs zone along the right half boards. Hits the trailer. It's Caleb Jones on to Stillman along the goal line. Fed up the slot. Out of the reach of Kane. Back down into the Hawks zone as it rolls all the way down the ice. Avs get a quick change in. Caleb Jones sets it behind his own net. Now an outlet feed for Hagel. He'll have to circle back into the Hawks zone. Left it for Kane. Puck went off the edge of his stick blade. Sam Girard has it back for Colorado. Put it up to the Hawk line here for Curtis McDermott, who fires a butterfly save made by Fleury. A follow-up shot off the backhand this time of McDermott, and Fleury opts to hold on to that one in his glove with 13:03 to go in the first. No score. That'll take us to our first break of the night. Again, scoreless, 13:03 to go in the first period. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
If you're a plumber, having confidence in your water heater installs, well, that feeling just rocks. That's why at Rheem, we not only offer high-performance water heaters, we deliver high-performance training, support, and new tools to get the job done faster, reduce callbacks, and increase satisfied customers. We even have a team of master plumbers to help you thrive, who know the techniques for every type of install. So plumbers, go Rheem, and let's rock. Rheem.com/thrive.
Hear that? Is that America cheering or a sausage patty sizzling to perfection? It's time to cheer for Egg McMuffin and fresh cracked eggs at McDonald's. It's time to wake up to the aroma of freshly baked biscuits and treat yourself to a real honest-to-goodness morning meal. Breakfast, it's on at McDonald's. Choose any breakfast sandwich, buy one, get one free. Available only on the app. Price and participation may vary. McD app download and registration required. Single item at regular price.
Does your internet give you unlimited wireless with 5G?
Of course, and my wireless saves me $400 a year.
That's because you both have Xfinity. Internet and wireless so good, it keeps one-upping itself.
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, get $300 back when you add Xfinity Mobile. Internet offer includes $10 per month automatic payments and paperless billing discount with a stored bank account. Ends 1/10/22. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Xfinity Internet required. $300 offer ends 1/10/22. Requires new line activation. Other restrictions apply.
Get up-to-the-minute Chicago news weekdays at 2 on Chicago's Afternoon News with Lisa Dent. Now back to the game.
Don't forget to check out Blackhawks Family Pack and enjoy a night out this new year. Each $50 ticket includes a 300-level game ticket, hot dog, drink, and buttery popcorn. Visit Blackhawks.com/family pack to purchase now. Kaylee, I think your dad might like the buttery popcorn part of that.
You know what, Jason? He prefers no butter. He said Greek people don't put sauce on food, which I've never heard that before, but I love popcorn with butter.
I did too. It's interesting, though. It's interesting. Well,
bold choice, but you know, you and I can butter up the popcorn when we get a break after this period.
You know, he knows his popcorn, though, so I got to trust him there. No score, 12:47 to go in the first period. Avs and Hawks rejoin the play down in the Hawks zone. Dangerous chance as Comfer shot it from the top of the right circle off a turnover in the Hawk zone. Meanwhile, Chicago back to their way. Taves over the Hawk line at left circle, fed into the slot. Had DeBrincat streaking towards the cage. He never quite got a clean shot off. Avs come back to the on the counterattack. Sam Girard up the left wing, waits and shoots off a body in front. Shot came in from the top of the left circle there. Avs aren't done yet. A shot from the right point. They score. Eric Johnson fired a long shot from the right point. Got through. Picked the top left corner. And the Avs strike first.
Well, on one end of the ice, off the rush, the Hawks get a great chance. Jonathan Toews firing a centering feed for DeBrincat that misses his stick, and then right back the other way. Seth Jones makes a really good defensive play, blocking the initial chance Colorado had, but traffic in front. We've got a couple of Hawks bodies and Colorado, and Fleury's just unable to see a shot from Eric Johnson at the point. Man, it's too bad, Jason. I think the Hawks got off to a great start, great pace, and Fleury was able to make some key saves early on, but now it's going to be an uphill battle. Got to stay focused and not cheat the game right now, even though the Avs have the lead.
So 1-0 Avs, 12:08 to play in the opening period. Eric Johnson playing in his 606th game as an Av. Scores first. So again, 1-0 Avs lead it now. Puck in front of the penalty boxes at center ice. Cale Makar opts to drift back into his own zone for the Avs. Hits his D partner Devon Taves. Up ahead for Rantanen over the Hawk line at the right point. Played it to the right circle. A backhand feed in front. Rantanen was looking for McKinnon. Marc-Andre Fleury able to make the save with the pad. Now the Hawks come back out to center. Calvin DeHaan will flip it into the Avs zone. Then he strides off the ice. 11:30 to play in the opening period. 1-0 Colorado. Cale Makar behind his own net for the Avs. Outlet feed to Logan O'Connor, picking his way through traffic. On the back check, Borgstrom was able to strip it free. However, we have a penalty call coming up to the Hawks for tripping, as O'Connor went down to the ice, a bit slow to get up.
Chicago penalty number 13, 2-minute minor, tripping.
So, Kaylee, this was the issue the other night against Calgary. Hawks in the kill a bit too often. Here comes the first power play for a dangerous Avs man advantage.
Yes, they have the 8th best power play in the league, but they have some weapons. They talked about it. I mean, to win consistently in this league, you cannot get into taking 3-4 penalties, but we'll see. Their PK, they've worked a lot on it in practice, and they're going to be put to the test right now.
Face-off coming up to Fleury's right. Avs power play has been top 10 in the NHL for most of the season. They've got some toys to play with on this power play. Landeskog will take the draw. He's able to win it back to the deep slot for Rantanen on McKinnon. Beg your pardon, Makar left point. He'll now walk along the blue line to the deep slot. Strolling his way over to the right point, dumps it down the boards. Landeskog taps it around past Kadri, up the far side boards and back down into the Avs zone. Short-handed, Brandon Hagel chasing after it, able to rip it away from Makar. Now Hagel in the Avs zone, dumps it in back of Kemper. Strides off the ice. Hawks get a change of the penalty killers. The dangerous Nathan McKinnon up the right wing and over the Hawk line. Put it across the rink. Landeskog along the left half wall. Will waltz his way to the left wing corner, stalked by Murphy. Up to McKinnon, left point, put it across. Rantanen fires. Fleury came over to make a left pad save. At the right point, Makar dishes it over to Landeskog, fed it towards the net. Was looking for a tip in front from Kadri. Couldn't quite find it. Now Kadri below the goal line, maneuvering his way up the near wall to Makar, right point. Dishes to Landeskog, top of the left wing circle. Back to Makar, fires! And Fleury will hold on as he swallows that puck up. Avs up 1-0, 10:19 to go in the opening period. 1 minute left on this tripping minor to Henrik Borgstrom.
Nice job by the Hawks on this penalty kill. You can definitely feel tonight they have some jump. In the PK, it's all about the compete level. That's something Derek King said has to be a lot better from the Hawks if they want to have success. And I think this penalty kill, and Marc-Andre Fleury back there has looked pretty solid so far. It starts in the face-off circle, Jason, and they were 0 for 7 against Calgary the other night, shorthanded. It's a big face-off win right there by the captain, Jonathan Toews.
Yeah, Toews gets a big one, so the puck goes back down into the Avs zone, flying through center ice is Rantanen over the Hawk line into the deep slot, fed it to Toews, left point, Devon Toews. Put it below the goal line there for Girard, up to the left circle, a shot taken there, a save made by Fleury, follow-up attempt from Comfer off the shoulder of Fleury. The Avs aren't quite done yet. Toews put it to the slot, picked off the skate of Calvin DeHaan, back down the puck rolls into the Avs zone. Devon Toews now feeds to Alex Newhook on the right wing at center ice, second power play unit on the ice for Colorado. At the right point, Newhook will swing it down the right side boards of the Hawk zone around the net to the far corner. Jujhar Khaira takes it, then strolls up the right wing at center ice shorthanded in over the Avs line. Muscling his way now below the goal line and killing some time off this Avs power play. Hawks are now back to even strength. JT Compher takes a loose puck through center ice for the Avs. Put it to Darren Helm in the right wing corner of the Hawks zone. Back to Compher left wing corner. Up to the left point now for Bowen Byram. He'll jam it down the left side boards to the far corner. Again, back to even terms. 9 minutes to play in the opening period. Avs up 1-0 off the goal from Eric Johnson. That was an even strength goal. Avs have it in the offensive zone. Bowen Byram left point. He'll waltz now into the deep slot. On to Eric Johnson left wing circle. Fed it up the slot this time, looking for Logan O'Connor. Picked off by Ryan Carpenter of the Hawks, and he will skate it to the Avs line, then dump it in. Hawks get a change in.
Good kill by the Blackhawks and then staying with it there. I mean, the way Colorado moves with so much pace and speed in the offensive zone, I think they've been defending really well against them and not allowing them to get into the house, as Jake McCabe called it, those dangerous scoring areas right in front of Fleury.
Play now back into the Hawks zone. Jake McCabe has it for Chicago. Over to Seth Jones along the far board. So outlet here for Dylan Strome, who enters the Avs zone at the left point. Fed it to the slot for Hagel. Put it across for Kane. He fires. And a right kick save made there by Darcy Kemper. Avs come back to the way. McKinnon up the left wing, cutting in over the Hawks line. Rolls through the deep slot, drops it off here from McCarr. Fed it behind Landeskog. Now he recorrals the puck along the left boards. Up to McKinnon, left point, bobbled it. A rare mistake from McKinnon. Puck rolls back out to center ice. Jack Johnson will drift into his own end for Colorado. Both teams get line changes. 7:35 to go in the first. Avs up 1-0. Eric Johnson on the left wing at center ice. Put it in over the Hawk line for Kadri, who stopped up along the left half boards. Then it rolled off his stick blade. Back come the Hawks through center. Alex DeBrincat on the left wing. Had it poked off his stick blade that time by Sam Girard. You get an offside call here with 7:19 to go in the first. 1-0. The Avs lead it. We'll step aside. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Who doesn't love Landecker? The John Landecker Show. Evenings starting at 6.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code MONEY for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code MONEY for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MONEY.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines. A tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
You coming to bed, hon?
Yep, honey, I'll be right there. Just got to turn out the light.
Ow! 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 Ah! Gah!
Some things never change. Like your kids always leaving tiny toys on the floor for you to step on. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Sweetie, I think I left the downstairs light on.
Please don't make me go.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
The Avalanche lead 1-0 with 7:19 to go in the first period. Hawks fans, join us Thursday, January 13th when the Blackhawks take on the Canadiens to salute Blackhawks legend Andrew Shaw, who announced the end of his playing career during the 2020-21 season. A night full of celebration is in store with the Mutt himself to be honored inside the United Center. Visit blackhawks.com/tickets to secure yours today.
That should be a fun night. You've had some opportunities to work with Shawzy.
Yeah, you know what? I loved working with him. He's a great personality off the ice and on the ice, well loved by Hawks fans, and I loved his nickname, the Mutt, but he just brought so much to the ice every night, and it's going to be fun to celebrate him.
Oh, yeah.
Great fan favorite, and obviously in the locker room, they loved him too.
Avs up 1-0, 6:50 to go in this opening period. Puck in front of the Hawks bench. Alex DeBrincat over there in a board battle. Now it's 2 Hawks, 2 Avs. Puck scores free onto the stick plate of Andrei Burakovsky, that he lost it to DeBrincat. Hawks have it back. Calvin DeHaan at his own line. Get up to Kubalik in over the Avs line to the right circle. He'll peel back, backhands it in behind Darcy Kemper. Henrik Borgstrom had it knocked off his stick plate to the far half wall. Alex Newhook couldn't corral it for the Avs. Now it's loose and available, and Obey Kubel is on it for the Avs. Up to Newhook and over the Hawk line to Cale Makar left circle. Watched by Caleb Jones. Puck rolled off his stick plate. Avs aren't done yet, though. Burakovsky to the left circle. Little backhand bid, and they score. This time it's Alex Newhook out in front. And the Avs take a 2-0 lead.
This has got to be frustrating for the Chicago Blackhawks. I think compared to the last 2 games, they did a very good job, even on this play, at not allowing the outnumbered attacks and defending well, but it's just kind of a breakdown and becomes a 3-on-2 in front of the net. Burakovsky able to just walk in, and Newhook capitalize on the rebound opportunity in front, and just like that, the Avs take a 2-0 lead. Marc-Andre Fleury looking at the replay. It's tough for him. He's moving right to left in his crease. He's not really able to see as Burakovsky walks it in, and Alex Newhook with the man advantage, a 3-on-2 against the Hawks, takes advantage of the rebound.
2-0 now. The Avs lead it. 5:48 to go in this opening period. Through center ice goes Rantanen. In over the Hawk line at the left point, was knocked off the puck there. It squirts back out to center ice in front of the penalty boxes, where Eric Johnson can dish it over to Bowen Byram in the Avs zone. Now Eric Johnson swings it up the near wall, looking for McKinnon. He'll tip it ahead to Rantanen, who enters the Hawk zone. Down the slot, Rantanen on the back check there. Jones was able to lift his stick blade. We get a whistle that stops play with 5:22 to go in this opening period. 2-0. The Avs lead it, but a power play coming up for Colorado when we come back, as Doc will head to the box. Looks like it'll be a hooking call. We'll step aside. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
If you're looking for a New Year's resolution that's easy to keep, I have just the one. Resolve to help protect your identity with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. LifeLock alerts you to potential threats to your identity, and if you have a problem, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but help keep what's yours, yours, by resolving to protect your identity. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com/aware.
Starting a new project can be a daunting task, especially if you're planning a bathroom renovation. The Home Depot is here to help things go smoothly with Homeowner 101 workshops. In free interactive live stream classes, our expert associates will teach you important skills like how to get the right measurements, stay on budget, and even when to call in the pros to finish the job. Get the help you need to tackle your bathroom project with Homeowner 101 workshops. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Register now at homedepot.com/workshops.
Keep the connected devices in your home protected from Wi-Fi threats with XFi Advanced Security, included with Xfinity Internet at no extra cost. Can your internet do that? Activate Advanced Security today through the Xfinity app and learn about upgrading your in-home Wi-Fi experience with XFi Complete. It includes unlimited internet data and will help ensure you get the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Go to Xfinity.com/XFi Complete, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. XFi and XFi Complete available to Xfinity Internet customers with a compatible XFi gateway.
John Williams, every weekday morning 10 to 2. Miss a little, miss a lot on 720. Now back to the game.
The Avs power play will go to work once again. Face-off coming up to Marc-Andre Fleury's right in the Hawk zone. Jonathan Toews hoping to win a big draw here against Nazem Kadri.
And you know what? If you're Kirby Dach, as much as you don't want to put the Avs on another power play, that was a good penalty to take. I mean, it's their most dangerous player, Nathan MacKinnon, walking in all alone practically on Marc-Andre Fleury. But the Hawks did a great job at killing off the earlier penalty kill in this game. And it's all about compete and body positioning when you're killing off a penalty. They look like a much better penalty-killing team and just a better effort so far tonight, despite being down 2-0.
Avs with the puck in the Hawk zone. A shot from the left circle from Kadri. Sizzle wide right. On to Brandon Hagel for Chicago. He will play it diagonally down into the Avs zone. Hawks going to change the penalty killers. Cale Makar takes a tight turn around at Darcy Kemper's cage for the Avs. Drops it back for Nathan MacKinnon. Roaming over the Hawks logo. Will cut in over the Hawks line. Dishes it to the left half wall here for Kadri. Up to the left point now for Cale Makar. On to Rantanen, a right face-off dot. Backs up to the half boards. He'll dish it up to Makar, right point. On to MacKinnon, left circle. Put it back across there. Looking for Rantanen. Puck hopped off the stick blade of Carpenter. Up to the near wall for Makar at the right point. Avs up 2-0. 4:22 to go in the opening period. 58 seconds left on this power play for Colorado. Puck below the goal line. A battle in the right wing corner. Connor Murphy scraped it away. Now the Hawks clear as Ryan Carpenter swings it up the left side boards and all the way down into the Avs zone.
That's a really nice job, too, by Jake McCabe, recognizing to put pressure right away as soon as the Avs forward. I think it was Nathan MacKinnon bobbled the puck. He went right after him, forced the turnover, and the Hawks were able to clear it.
Burakovsky to Alex Newhook over the Hawks line, down the right wing to the corner. Newhook backhands it around to the far half wall. Seth Jones will dish it all the way down the ice into the Colorado end. 17 seconds left on their power play. 3:37 to go in the opening period. Avs up 2-0. Through center ice goes Burakovsky. Dishes it to Newhook at the right point of the Hawks zone. He'll play it to the far corner this time for Burakovsky. He couldn't quite corral it. Seth Jones pokes it around the net to Alex DeBrincat, who couldn't clear. Avs aren't quite done yet, but the Hawks are back to even strength. A shot from the left point comes in. J.C. Comper fed it up the slot this time, and Newhook fired, but it went up off a stick blade into the protective netting with 3:13 to go in the opening period. Again, the Avs up 2-0, and the Hawks back to even strength.
Another successful kill by the Hawks. Really well done. Sticks and lanes, the details of the game that they've been harping in, I think they've really improved looking at these last two kills. And this whole week of practice for them, working on the special teams, I think you're starting to see it finally pay off tonight so far.
Worked on that a lot in practice last week. Face off to the right of Marc-Andre Fleury. Won by Tyson Joseph, the Avs, but the Hawks have it back. Jujhar Khaira through center ice. He'll backhand it to the far corner Avs zone. Bowen Byram pounces on it for Colorado. Tried to dish it off to Sam Girard. Now a battle ensues along the end boards as Strome came in and tried to rake it free for the Hawks. Still loose and available. 2:52 to go in this opening period. Avs up 2-0. Puck along the far half boards Avs zone. Now Colorado does scrape it free. Obey Kubel plays it on the left wing at center ice for McDermott. He'll dump it into the Hawk zone below the goal line. Riley Stillman went chasing after it for Chicago. Lost an edge along the end boards. Now another battle ensues along the end wall, this time in the Hawk zone. McDermott stretches it free for the Avs. Up to Devon Toews, left point to Makar, right point. He fires! Rebound spilled out after the initial save by Fleury. Into the deep slot, Toews on to Makar, right point. Back to Devon Toews, left point to Tyson Jones, the slot shot from the deep slot. Off a body in front, sweeping in to take it is McDermott. Now a battle again along the end boards in the Hawk zone. Patrick Kane on the ice, able to scrape it free, put it up the near wall. Jujhar Khaira is stickless, trying to pin it up the board against the boards with a skate. Lost it. Now along the left circle here, Toews has it back for the Avs. Up to the right point for Landeskog. He'll stop up, dishes it to the slot onto Taves' left circle. He fired it wide right. That's Devon Taves of the Avs. Now along the right point. Makar has it back for the Avs. On to Taves. Bends it across to Jost. He fires. Oh, and a sparkling save made by Fleury with the pad. And he pounces on it in the crease. Hawks needed that with 1:40 to go in the opening period.
What a save by Marc-Andre Fleury. The Avs were just coming in waves, and you thought for sure Jost was going to put that one in the back of the net. Marc-Andre Fleury, one of the best in the business, down on his stomach, reaches over right to left and makes, I think, the glove save to get it down. Unbelievably timely save right there to keep this 2-0 for the Hawks and allow them a chance to reset here on the face-off after what was a really dangerous shift for the Colorado Avalanche.
Gosh, moving from right to left there, stretched out the left pad, then covered it up. Face-off to Fleury's left now. Doc wins it against McKinnon. To Murphy below the goal line for the Hawks. Will swing it up the right side boards all the way down the ice. This goes into the Avs zone. 1:30 to play in this opening period. Avs up 2-0. They'll start their breakout to center ice. On the right wing, Rantanen couldn't quite corral it, so drops it back to the Avs line for Sam Girard. They'll put it in front of the penalty boxes here for Rantanen. He'll dish it down the near wall into the Hawks zone, out of the reach of Landeskog, but on to Bowen Byram's stick for the Avs. Leaves it for McKinnon in the left wing corner, spins away from DeHaan, walks along the goal line, tried to get a shot off in front, couldn't do so. Avs hold it in at the left point. Rantanen had it, then lost it. Puck is poked back down into the Avs end. You hear the announce there just under minutes ago now here in this opening period. Avs up 2-0. 50 seconds left in the opening frame. Up the right wing, Eric Johnson, one of the goal scorers tonight, will put it down the near side boards around Marc-Andre Fleury's net. Up the far side, back come the Hawks through center. Alex DeBrincat enters the Avs zone, squeaking his way past Eric Johnson, then lost it. But we have a call coming up, and the Hawks are headed to the power play with 35.4 to go in this opening period. Avs up 2-0, and it looks like it'll be Eric Johnson going to the box. Interference call there.
Great speed by the Cat, Alex DeBrincat, barreling up the ice, and that's what the Hawks have to do. Use their speed, just like Alex DeBrincat right there. Try to draw penalties, and they've had a few really good chances despite being outshot right now in the first period, 14-5. But here's a big opportunity now for the power play.
So 35 seconds of power play time to finish up the first. As power play will bleed over into the second. Dylan Strome set to take the draw here against JT Compher of the Avs. To Darcy Kemper's right in the Colorado zone.
Unlike the penalty kill, which in the face-off circle was 0 for 7 against Calgary on the power play, the Hawks went 5 for 6. And unfortunately, they're unable to keep this one in the zone, Jason. But the power play actually had some great puck movement and some good looks against the Flames. They're facing a less successful penalty-killing team in the Colorado Avalanche, but I think they just need to do a lot more of the same as far as being able to move the puck around. And like Derek King said, he'd like to see Seth Jones and the team really just be a little bit more selfish. Get pucks on net, have that shooting mentality.
Doc over the Avs line of 5 seconds, put it to the slot, picked off there, however, by Makar. He'll shoot it down the ice, and that'll do it for the opening period of play. 2-0 Avs. Hawks will have about a minute and a half of power play time to begin the second. When it does start up, we'll have Ryan Carpenter coming up pretty soon to chat with here prior to going to break. Kayla, your kind of overall assessment of that first period before we get Carpy?
You know, Colorado's a dangerous team, and obviously I think the Hawks would like to spend a little bit more time in the offensive zone, but I like their jump. I like their energy, and I think they came ready to compete. It's unfortunate they're trailing 2-0, but I think you have a lot to build off of if you're Derek King and the Hawks right now.
Well, again, 2-0 Avs. Goals from Eric Johnson and Alex Newhook. Shots on goal favoring the Avs, 14-5 in that period.
I think a bright spot, Jason, was the penalty kill and how hard they defended against that. And, of course, huge bonus tonight having Marc-Andre Fleury back in net for them. I think they play with so much more confidence with him in net for them.
Fleury was reactivated from the COVID protocol a couple of days ago and put on the active roster, his 21st start of the season, and he was big for them in that opening period. He's the reason why they aren't down 3-0. Made an incredible save.
Yeah, I mean, that's one for the highlight reel for sure. I mean, not too many goaltenders can make that save and make it look as easy as he did, and the Colorado Avalanche were just coming in waves. It felt like huge, timely save for them to hold it to 2-0, and after that, look, the Hawks get some more power play time, so had it been a 3-0 game and he lets that one in, we could be looking at a little bit different game right now.
Yeah, credit the elusiveness of Alex DeBrincat for drawing that call in the offensive zone. So again, the Hawks will have about a minute and a half of power play time when the second period does get rolling.
Alex DeBrincat, a key part of the power play, and I think his team leading 18 goals right now. The Hawks, 71 goals right now. They're looking for more at even strength, Jason, but you've seen them struggle in their special teams as of late. They need their power play to start finishing. That's the key here. We loved the puck movement that we saw and a lot of what we saw from the power play against the Flames, but at the end of the day, you've got to finish. And I think right now it'll be interesting to see in the second when they start what adjustments they've made and whether or not they're going to have more of that shooting mentality Derek King talked about needing to have at practice all week.
The power play is 0 for its last 7, dating back a couple of games, but as you mentioned, they've spent time in the offensive zone. They've created high-quality chances, just a matter of now hopefully finding the back of the net against this Avs penalty kill that is 27th in the NHL. As you noted, not one of the better teams in the league when it comes to that particular category, so we'll see if they can capitalize. Again, we're hoping to get Ryan Carpenter here prior to heading to break. But an entertaining start to that period had the fight early on between Landeskog and Murphy, as we now do have our guest, Ryan Carpenter. Ryan, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Alongside Kaylee Chalos, Jason Ross Jr. Ryan, you look at that first period, curious, what do you feel you can build on and then improve when the second period does roll around, starting it off with a man advantage?
It wasn't a good period. We didn't respond to the fight that Murph had. It was nice of him to try to get the boys going. We didn't really respond. I mean, they drew 2 penalties, and so maybe the PK and Flower were maybe some of the stuff that was going good. We got to shoot pucks more and get pucks to the net, but they create a lot of speed. We got to come back. They got a lot of D that jumped in the rush, and so we got to be better.
Yeah, Ryan, it felt like the penalty kill was really rolling. Despite being down 2-0, that was probably one of the biggest positives. And you mentioned Marc-Andre Fleury. What worked well for you guys tonight on the PK and the adjustments you've made?
I mean, he made some saves for us, and I think we were supporting each other and just trying to stay tight and shooting lanes. And they got a couple chances, but it's nice having a goalie like him back there bailing you out. And so now it's a chance for our power play to do something.
Ryan, what's been the message in the dressing room lately about adjusting when it does come to facing adversity early on, especially against a team like this? How do you keep it rolling and not kind of harp on the mistakes?
Yeah, it's easy to start chirping each other or getting negative, and you gotta stay up. You gotta just find a way. We have a lot of time left. We're at home and in front of our fans, and we know we got better, and so we got to chip away. They're a good team, but I think if we start playing tighter defensively within our system and back checking, picking up their third and fourth guys, I think it'll lead to offense for us.
Thanks, Ryan. Really appreciate your time. Good luck in the second period.
Thanks.
Again, Avs up 2-0 after 1 period of play. Hawks will go to the power play when the second period does start up. We'll send it over to Joe Brand. Again, you're listening to Hawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion, first with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
I was probably a little bit like you. There was a lot of talk about the COVID-19 vaccines. I didn't know what to believe. And I tell you, everyone has an opinion. Some of my friends got vaccinated and some were against it. But I knew this was an important decision, so I went to somebody I already trusted, my doctor. It's your call, so talk to your doctor or healthcare provider and make the decision that's right for you. You can go to GetVaccineAnswers.org for the latest information. That's GetVaccineAnswers.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
My internet delivers next-level gamer-grade speeds.
Oh, yeah? Well, does yours let you work from home like a boss?
You both have Xfinity XFi. So powerful, it keeps one-upping itself. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Ends 1/23/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners, where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
From installing a smart garage door opener, to installing a bathroom faucet, to removing a tree, the Home Depot believes you can do anything, especially the things we have how-to guides for. Visit HomeDepot.com for thousands of tips, workshops, and ideas for projects, big and small. The Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
It's time for an intermission update. Here's Joe Brand.
Blackhawks trailing the Colorado Avalanche right now. They will have a power play once we begin the second period, but as of right now, it's 2-0 Colorado. The Avs out shooting the Hawks right now 14-5. Hawks have killed off both their penalties. However, the Avalanche up by a pair from the United Center. Handful of games going on in the league today. Boston Bruins lead the Devils right now 3-2, 13 minutes away from picking up the victory. Boston trying to stretch it out to a 3-game winning streak. The Florida Panthers a 5-2 lead over the Calgary Flames right now, the former opponent of the Hawks, and Calgary's 3-game winning streak in jeopardy. Again, they're down by 3 with 9 minutes left, but they are on a power play right now. Tampa Bay trying to end their 3-game losing skid. And it looks like they're going to do that. A 6-2 lead over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Less than 8 minutes left in regulation over there. Detroit also trying to snap a 2-game losing skid of their own. They're up on top of the San Jose Sharks 4-1 through 2 periods up in the Motor City. How about this? San Jose has given up 21 goals in their last 4 games, including today. The Arizona Coyotes and Winnipeg Jets are scoreless down in the desert. That's the next opponent and the next location that the Hawks will play hockey on Thursday. They're visiting the Yotes down in Arizona. Vegas Golden Knights are hosting the Nashville Predators later on today. We'll see if Roman Josi can continue his stretch. 18 points in his last 17 games. And the Philadelphia Flyers are visiting the Anaheim Ducks. Ducks are trying to end a 4-game losing skid of their own. Anaheim 17-11-7, Philly 13-13-6. The Washington-Montreal game and the New York Islanders-Seattle Kraken game both postponed. Other sports going on, or rather other news around the sports world. The Washington football team announced they're announcing their new mascot name next month on February 2nd, and it will not be the Wolves or the Red Wolves. Also, DeMar DeRozan is still here at the United Center shooting free throws. No, not really, but the Bulls are off until Friday as they're going to host Washington, fresh off their 8-game winning streak, beating the Orlando Magic last night here at the UC. It's the Bulls' longest winning streak since 2012. College basketball in the Big Ten, Illinois, a 76-53 win over Minnesota. Michigan falls to Rutgers 75-67. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll bring in Kaylee Chelios to break down that first period as the Hawks trail the Colorado Avalanche right now 2-0 after 1 period. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Say play WGN Radio and connect to Chicago's very own WGN.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to use humor. But we don't want to insult your intelligence, so nothing too goofy. And we need to avoid any polarizing topics. Oh, and it has to be about how you can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. You know what? Maybe humor is a bad idea. Yeah, it's never going to work. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a lounge singer to be their office receptionist.
Hello, this is Mickey Marquis, and you've reached the office of Doug & Associates. Thank you very much. Catch me Tuesday nights at the Hotel Johnson.
Hello?
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
Doug and Associates, this is Mickey Market. Hello?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
As a professional musician, Lachi stays true to her creative vision, even with continuing vision loss. But she's not alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Lachi, winning means using her voice to bring hope to others with vision loss. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Not small things for the Colorado Avalanche in terms of shots on goal, outshooting the Hawks 14-5 here at the United Center. Colorado leading the Hawks 2-0. Hey, fans, don't forget after tonight's game, tune into the Bitcoin of America Chicago Blackhawks post-game show. We'll have player and coach interviews, fan reaction, and game analysis. We've got Kaylee Chelios here to break down that first period for us. And Kaylee, we were talking during the break. Now, Colorado didn't really overmatch the Hawks on 5-on-5, or rather, a little bit more of 5-on-5 than with the man advantage. The Hawks' PK was pretty solid, but still down by a pair of goals right now.
Yeah, I thought the PK was great. Marc-Andre Fleury was probably their MVP of that period, and part of the penalty kill is you're trying to dictate, what you want the other team to do, what you want Colorado's power play to do, and I think they did a good job of that. Even though Colorado had the man advantage and they had sticks and lanes, the details of the game, I thought they improved a lot compared to the last couple of games shorthanded. But I think the problem was that didn't necessarily translate. They weren't playing as a five-man unit at all times during the first period. And on both of the goals, it was just a little bit, I thought they had some jump tonight, but, one or two breakdowns, that's all it takes for Colorado to make you pay for it. And like Ryan Carpenter said when Jason asked him about adjustments, it has to be all five of you on the ice. It has to be the forwards supporting on the back check, and I think they need to do a little bit better job at getting that back pressure and making it easier on the defensemen to close that gap and not allow them to make plays in tight the way they were able to at the end of the period especially.
Yeah, I feel like for Hawks fans it's got to be encouraging to hear Ryan Carpenter say how that team is not encouraged by their performance in the first period. So, hopefully that's something that's going on throughout the entire locker room.
Yeah, accountability. We're a little over 20 games into Derek King taking over this team, and it's now or never. They put themselves in a position with a disastrous start they had, unfortunately, where they're fighting and chasing the playoffs early. So if they want to have a chance, and they have some strong pieces, including this Vezina caliber goaltender and the Vezina winner in Marc-Andre Fleury, let's use it, and hopefully he gives them a little bit of a boost to start the second period.
Yeah, Marc-Andre Fleury's game is pretty much always elevated, but we're going to go ahead and give them who elevated their game in the first period, which is sponsored by Access Elevator. For residential elevators, stair lifts, or wheelchair ramps, go to allaboutaccess.com. When we come back, we'll break down those two goals by the Colorado Avalanche. They lead the Blackhawks right now 2-0 after a period. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Angie's List is now Angie, and caring for your home just got easier. Whether you need help with routine maintenance or a dream remodel, Angie makes it easy to see reviews, compare quotes, and connect with top local pros who can get the job done right. Plus, you can see upfront pricing and instantly book hundreds of projects. No phone tag, just the work you need done at a time that works for you. Angie's got your to-do list covered from start to finish. Book your next home project today at Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Medicaid and CHIP offer free or low-cost health coverage for children and teens. Hospital and doctor visits, prescriptions, shots, and more are covered. That's peace of mind for parents if a child is sick or gets injured. And parents may now be eligible for Medicaid too, even if they've applied in the past. Enrollment is always open. Visit InsureKidsNow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You're healthy in 2022 with great deals at Meijer. Get started on your wellness goals with buy one, get one free vitamins, select varieties, thermal or hydration products, including mugs, water bottles, and tumblers in the home and sporting goods department are buy one, get one 50% off. And Meijer all-natural family pack chicken thighs, drumsticks, or breasts are 99 cents per pound. Plus, you can save $15 on your first Meijer home delivery or pickup order with code FIRST15. It's the year for wellness and great savings at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. If you love the sports like me, you get annoyed with your team or player. So Progressive's going to help take your mind off your team or that player for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they lost that thing recently, think about Progressive letting you compare our direct rates side by side with competitors to easily find the lowest option. Don't worry, your sports ball team or player will get him next time. Hope this distraction from Progressive about easily comparing rates was helpful to not think about that last game or match or season. I mean, even though I love sports ball.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Period 2. The second period is next. Here for a recap is Joe Brand.
The Blackhawks came out of the gate pretty much able to hold their own against Colorado, but once the Avalanche got their offense a little bit rolling, Eric Johnson from the high slot able to send one home and give the Avs a 1-0 lead. And then a few minutes later, about 5 or so after the Blackhawks killed off a penalty, there was another momentum in favor of Colorado, brought some pressure in front of Marc-Andre Fleury, had a 3-on-2, and Alex Newhook found the score again.
Watched by Caleb Jones. Puck rolled off his stick plate. Avs aren't done yet, though. Burakovsky to the left circle, little backhand bid, and they score. This time it's Alex Newhook out in front. And the Avs take a 2-0 lead.
7th goal of the season for Newhook. Time of the goal, 13:54. Again, shots on goal in favor of Colorado, 14-5. See how the Hawks respond in this second period. They will have a man advantage for some time, and with that, I'm going to send it on over to Jason Ross Jr. and Kaylee Chelios.
Thanks, Joe. As Joe mentioned there, Hawks continuing a feeling good sit-go power play that'll bleed over into the middle frame here. Avs up 2-0 after one period. Shots favored the Avs 14-5 in that opening frame. Jonathan Taves set to take the draw at center ice here against JT Compher.
Well, Jason, a big opportunity for the Blackhawks power play, which has struggled to put the puck in the back of the net, but we did see some pretty good puck movement and good looks, a couple of posts in the previous game against the Flames. We'll see if during the intermission they had some time to sit and regroup and prepare as they try to come out of this 2-0 hole.
Yep, the offensive zone time has been there, just a matter of capitalizing. They do have the puck in the O-zone right now. Taves at the left point of the Avs zone. They'll drop it back to Kurashev along the left half boards. Dances into the circle. He'll dish it now back up the boards once more. Taves has it there. Into the top of the left circle. Tried to feed it across to Kubalik. He does off a stick blade. Now a board battle ensues along the near wall in the Avs zone. 2 Avs, 2 Hawks. Puck is raked free. Swung up the near side boards by the Avs. Logan O'Connor down into the Hawks zone. Avs going to change to the penalty killers and a new power play unit on the ice for the Hawks as well. 45 seconds into the second period. 37 seconds left on the Hawks power play. Avs up 2-0. Out to center ice comes Alex DeBrincat to his partner in crime, Patrick Kane. In over the Avs line. Up to Doc at the top of the right circle. Fires off a stick blade into the protected netting and out of play. That was Darren Helm of the Avs who got a stick in the shooting lane there.
Great speed by Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat going up the ice, and it pushes Colorado's defenseman back into the net, opens up the point position, and the shot from the point just deflects high and wide. A really good look, their best one so far of the power play for the Blackhawks.
Faceoff coming up to Kemper's left in the Avs zone. Tyson Jost able to win the draw to the near wall, but it banks up to Seth Jones to the right point for the Hawks. To Patrick Kane beside the right circle. Put it below the goal line here for Dylan Strome. Back to Patrick Kane beside the right circle. On to Alex DeBrincat left half boards to Seth Jones in the deep slot. Put it over to Patrick Kane right point. He'll deal it down the near side boards to Strome along the end wall. Just 4 seconds left on this power play. Patrick Kane into the right circle, fed it towards the cage, and Kemper had to make a right pad save. Out to center ice comes the Avs at even strength. Eric Johnson into the left circle, fires from the top of the left circle, held on to by Fleury with 18:27 to go in the second period. Avs up 2-0.
Well, we've seen some different personnel on the power play. The other night it was Jonathan Taves playing below the goal line. Tonight it's Dylan Strome who tried to get in front to retrieve that puck off the shot from Patrick Kane. And it's Brandon Hagel who's getting a chance tonight to play in that bumper roll position. He's got the left-handed shot, which I know we've seen a lot more of Kirby Dach and trying to get that right-handed shot in front. Sometimes it's Carpenter, but tonight it's Brandon Hagel. We'll see if maybe his game can continue to get some chances playing on the power play, and tonight the top line with Patrick Kane.
Taves now has the puck in the right wing corner of the Avs zone for Chicago. Fed it towards the slot. Off the stick blade of Mackenzie. Entwistle out in front. Entwistle now pounces on the puck below the goal line. To Taves in back of the goal. Up to Connor Murphy along the right half boards. He'll pump it back in deep to the right wing corner. Jonathan Taves has it there for the Hawks. He'll drop it now to Calvin DeHaan. Fed it across. A shot! And that whistled wide right from Hagel. Puck now loose along the near wall. Avs able to clear their zone. 17:43 to play in the second. Avs up 2-0. Hagel flips it into the Avs zone and goes chasing after it. Hawks getting a line change, so Hagel was outnumbered there. And the Avs are back out to center. They'll shoot it off a stick blade back down into the Hawks zone. Now Colorado gets a change of their own. Seth Jones able to elude Logan O'Connor. Now steps out to center ice and floats it into the Avs zone. Puck dribbles below the goal line. It's loose there. Colorado has it back. Kadri trying to clear the zone, and he does. Eric Johnson steps in over the Hawk line to the deep slot. Pokes off his stick blade. Kane was on the back check. Puck finds Seth Jones. He couldn't clear. Kadri has it back to the Avs in the O-zone. On to JT Compher, right wing circle. He'll now cruise in back of Fleury's goal. Dropped it off for Kadri, who took a hit from Seth Jones in the far corner. Crowd loved that. Puck back the other way. Kirby Doc over the Avs line to Kane, right point. Fed it across to Caleb Jones. He fires! Kemper couldn't quite hold on to the rebound after making the initial glove save. 16:40 to go in the second period. Avs up 2-0, and they're back to the way. Burakovsky over the Hawk line. However, the play was offside with 16:36 to go in the second. Avs up 2-0.
Monster hit by Seth Jones. You said it, Jason. The crowd loved that. They're showing the replay right now on the Jumbotron, and nearly a yard sale. I think it was Nazem Kadri trying to draw a penalty for a high stick, but he doesn't get it. And good pace by the Hawks again, hungry on pucks. I like what they're doing on the forecheck right now and making it hard on Colorado to break the puck out of the zone cleanly, and that's going to be a key part in trying to contain this high-octane offense that the Avs have, especially on the rush.
Puck is shot up the left side boards by Caleb Jones off the face-off win for the Hawks. Goes down into the Avs zone, but around Kemper's net. Up the near wall with so much force that it drives all the way back down the ice into the Hawks' end. Dylan Strome has it, taps it in front of the Colorado bench for Jujar Kara. On across the rink for Riley Stillman. Back in the lineup tonight. Put it to Strome at the right point, Avs zone. Tried to feed the slot there for Strome. Picked off by Cale Makar. He had it and lost it. Puck squirts back out to center ice. In over the Avs lines goes Caleb Jones. He'll dump it down the half wall in back of the Avs line. In back of the Avs goal. Ryan Carpenter had it in the near corner. Fed it up the slot. Picked off by the Avs' Devon Taves. He'll then roll it up the right side boards all the way back down into the Hawk zone. 15:48 to play in the second period. Avs up 2-0. Out to center ice goes Taves. He'll enter the Avs end down the left half wall. Fed it to DeBrincat out in front. Tried to jam it in past Kemper, but a stick save made by the Avs goaltender. Back come the Avs through center. Mikko Rantanen in over the Hawk line. Drop it back for McKinnon. Back to Rantanen. He fired from the bottom of the right circle. Puck sizzled to the left, wide left, off the end boards, then all the way back down up the near side into the Avs end, where DeBrincat is on it for the Hawks. He'll put it up the right point here for Seth Jones. Launches it towards the net. Rebound spilled out. A backhand bid by Entwistle. Tapped home. They score! Taves able to capitalize off the rebound, and it's a one-goal game. Hawks edging closer.
What a shift right there by the Taves to DeBrincat Kubalik line. They had a chance earlier on, but then it's the work of Jonathan Taves and Mackenzie Entwistle down low, and it's the captain, Jonathan Taves, that ends up putting that one back in. Moments before, Taves set up DeBrincat, who went underneath for an unbelievable chance, but hard on pucks. And the Hawks have cut the deficit to 1 with that goal by Jonathan Taves. ChevyDriveChicago.com, and that's who it's sponsored by. Check out Chevy Shop. Click and drive. Shop online 24/7 at ChevyDriveChicago.com. And with that goal, it's time to bring out the Banditos. Celebrate every goal with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
Well, 2-1 game now. 15:04 to play in the second. Off the draw, puck back down into the Avs end. Bowen Byram there for Colorado. Will stop up in back of Darcy Kemper. Feeds it to Samuel Girard. Outlet feed to Landeskog. He'll dish it down the ice on to Fleury, who sweeps it to the near wall. Picked off by Landeskog. Rolls it back around the net up to the right point. Owen Byram held it in there for the Avs to McKinnon in back of the goal. On to Rantanen in right half boards. To Eric Johnson in the deep slot. Threw it toward the net off a body in front. Hawks have it back. Entwistle pokes it back up the near side boards into the Hawks, into the Avs zone. 14:25 to go in the second period. Avs up 2-1. Calvin DeHaan enters the Avs zone, stops up at the right point. Now he'll retreat back to his own line. Dishes it across the rink here. Connor Murphy in front of the Colorado bench. Put it down the left side boards. Whistle stops play with 14:11 to go in the second. Again, Avs up 2-1 after Jonathan Toews' goal.
Huge goal for Jonathan Toews. And for the Hawks tonight, their puck pursuit and just being hungry on the forecheck is evident in the second period. Ryan Carpenter talked about it in the intermission with you, Jason, saying it wasn't good enough. They didn't respond after the fight Murphy had in the beginning of the period. And tonight, I think in the second now, they're responding.
Definitely a jump in their step right now. Face-off coming up just outside of the Av line. Won by Tyson Jost against Dylan Strome. The Avs have it. Devon Toews fit it to Jost over the Hawk line. He couldn't quite settle it down. Puck back out to center. Toews feeds it off to Makar. That deep pairing is so good. Makar fight it up the right side boards, back down into the Hawks zone where Dylan Strome has it back for Chicago. To Jujar Kerr in front of the Colorado bench. To an oncoming Ryan Carpenter over the Avs line. From the right circle, he fired it wide left. Puck banked off the inboards to Kerr left half boards. Put it in the back of the goal for Carpenter, who tried to jam it around in front. Couldn't quite do so. Devon Toews has it back for the Avs. He couldn't clear. Carpenter to the goal line. Sharp angle shot there, and a stick save made by Darcy Kemper. Now it's fed back out to the left point. Hawks held it in once more. Jujar Kerr poked it in deep, but now Chicago gets a line change, and the Avs come back the other way. Darren Helm tried to feed it to Rantanen in the top of the right circle. Poked away by Riley Stillman, the defenseman for the Hawks, made a good play there, and it's back out to center. Brandon Hagel between the benches will swing it off a stick play down into the Avs zone. Puck below the goal line. Jack Johnson there for the Avs, so put it up the right side boards to JT Comfort. Dishes it across the rink. Connor Murphy has it back for Chicago. Curls into his own end. Stops up between Marc-Andre Fleury. Dishes it ahead to Kane. Now on to Doc. A hard, crisp feed out of the reach of Hagel. 12:48 to go in the second. 2-1 Avs lead it. And we get an icing call here.
I think Hagel is a little bit surprised. He thought he was ahead of the play there to negate the icing, but see where the officials deem this face-off. Actually, it almost looks like it's actually going to be at center ice.
Yep.
But great job by the Hawks again. I mean, you could tell they're certainly doing a better job on the back check. All three forwards playing in tight in the neutral zone in particular, and not allowing the Avs to make plays on the rush the way they did, especially towards the end of the first period. But hungry on pucks, Jason. That last shift by the fourth line, it's newer looking tonight because it's got Ryan Carpenter drawing back into the lineup, and I really like his game so far.
They played with some nice energy. Well, you're listening to Blackhawks hockey on WGN 720. Avs up 2-1. The goal from Jonathan Toews makes it a one-goal game.
Hear that? Is that America cheering or a sausage patty sizzling to perfection? It's time to cheer for Egg McMuffin and fresh cracked eggs at McDonald's. It's time to wake up to the aroma of freshly baked biscuits and treat yourself to a real honest-to-goodness morning meal. Breakfast, it's on at McDonald's. Choose any breakfast sandwich, buy one, get one free. Available only on the app. Price and participation may vary. McD app download and registration required. Single item at regular price.
Does your internet give you unlimited wireless with 5G?
Of course, and my wireless saves me $400 a year.
That's because you both have Xfinity. Internet and wireless so good, it keeps one-upping itself.
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a one-year agreement. Plus, get $300 back when you add Xfinity Mobile. Internet offer includes $10 per month automatic payments and paperless billing discount with a stored bank account. Ends 1/10/22. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Xfinity Internet required. $300 offer ends 1/10/22. Requires new line activation. Other restrictions apply.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code MONEY for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code MONEY for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MONEY.
Your radio home for the Hawks, Cats, and the NFL, WGN. Now back to the game.
The Blackhawks have teamed up with Fifth Third Arena, the practice home of the Blackhawks, to create a memorable pregame experience this new year, including a tour of the Blackhawks locker room, pregame buffet, open skate, and guaranteed gate giveaway. Visit Blackhawks.com/tickets to secure yours now. 12:44 to go in the second period. Avs up 2-1, puck in the Avs zone. Brandon Hagel swings it up to the right point for Seth Jones. Hawks look to go to work here. Patrick Kane along the right half board, drops to the near corner for Hagel. Back up to Jones, right point, fires from there. And a glove save made by Darcy Kemper. Kayla, you're starting to like the jump right now in this second period.
I think they certainly didn't like their performance, as Ryan Carpenter said in the first period. Marc-Andre Fleury had to make some key saves in there, and it's great to have him back in net, but I think they're doing a great job at just keeping it simple, putting pucks on net just like Seth Jones did off the face-off there. They're not playing around with the puck in the offensive zone, and their puck pursuit tonight has had a big effect in their ability to create offense, a lot more than they did in the first.
Avs swing it all the way down into the Hawks' end off the face-off win. 12:15 to go in the second period. Colorado up 2-1. Board batted below the goal line in the Hawks' zone. It's loose and available. Kirby Dach takes it for the Hawks, and now Chicago looks to straight out to center ice. Breakout feed was looking for Kurashev out of his reach. Steps up and corrals it in back of Darcy Kemper's net in the Avs zone. Now Stroll up the left side boards. Dishes it to Kirby Dach in the left wing corner. Puck hops off his stick blade. McKinnon moving the other way over the Hawk line to Landeskog in the right wing corner. Puck now rolled off his stick blade. Another board battle, this time along the end boards in the Hawk zone. 2 Avs, 3 Hawks in the mix. It scores free. Rantanen finds it for the Avs. Up to Makar, left point. Walks the blue line, then fires. Took an odd ricochet. Wiggled wide left. Puck banks off the corner. Rantanen has it back for the Avs. Tried to feed it to Landeskog and does at the bottom of the left wing circle. Has a look, walks along the goal line. A sharp angle shot off the base of the post that time. And now Entwistle clears up the near side boards and all the way down into the Avs end. 2-1 Avs, 11 to go in the second period. Make a wish. Puck now below the goal line here. Bowen Byram has it for the Avs. Put it on the left wing as center ice. Rolled off the stick blade of Darren Helm. Hawks have it back in over the Avs line. Kane onto Kubelik, top of the left circle. Dropped it back here. A wrist shot taken from Riley Stillman. And a pad save made by Darcy Kemper. Puck is still available. A backhand bid this time from Kubelik. Went wide right. Taves has it back left wing corner for the Hawks. Curls around net. Fed up the slot here for Caleb Jones. Bounced off his stick blade. Taves has it back at the left point. Fed it to the left wing corner. DeBrincat on it there. Douglas McDavid took it free, put it up to the left point. Caleb Jones there for the Hawks, tried to feed it across, tapped out to center ice, and now the Hawks have to retreat after a good shift there. 10:15 to go in this second period. 2-1, the Avs lead it. Puck in the far corner. Tyson Jost pokes it up to the left point of the Avs zone, held in momentarily by the Hawks. They'll back off, and now the Avs are back out to center ice. Darren Helm swings it down the near side boards. Marc-Andre Fleury out to cut it off. Seth Jones paired up with his brother Caleb Jones. Hawks now out to center, but just momentarily Borgstrom lost it. Has to retreat back into the Hawks zone to Caleb Jones in the circle to the right of Marc-Andre Fleury. Floats it across the rink in front of the Avs bench for Borgstrom. Hawks having some trouble exiting their own zone. Jones swings it up the left side boards Pass missed Borgstrom down into the Avs zone. Hawks are on it, though. Patrick Kane in the right wing corner fed it off a stick blade up and out of play with 9:41 to go in the second. It's a 2-1 Avs lead. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN. We'll step aside again. 2-1 Avs. Entertainment picking up a bit here in the second.
Surratt.
It's WGN, the original social media.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Well, the Avs lead 2-1 with 9:41 to go in the second period. The goal from Jonathan Toews, and Hawks fans exclusive collections are available now at cbhshop.com featuring Lululemon, CCM, Travis Matthew, and more. Visit cbhshop.com to find your fit today. And Jason, it was all Colorado in the first, and now the Hawks out shooting the Avs 10-3 in the second period, and they have kept their foot on the gas pedal since that Jonathan Toews goal.
The tide has really turned. More ozone time for the Hawks here in this second period. 9:28 to go in the middle frame. Avs up 2-1.
And the Hawks' passes just look crisp and clean, and what a difference it's made watching them break the puck out of the defensive zone so quickly on Colorado in the second period. It's allowed them to set up the offense, and like I said earlier, too, I mean, the puck pursuit and their ability to jump on those loose pucks in the offensive zone has kept for some great sustained shifts for the forward group.
The Hawks looking to break out of their own end here. Jake McCabe floats it back into the Avs zone. Cale Makar on it for Colorado. Put it off the stick blade of Gabe Landeskog down the right side boards into the Hawks zone. But we'll get an icing call here with 9:08 to go in the second. Avs up 2-1. It was Jonathan Toews who scored for the Hawks in this period to cut it to a 1-goal deficit after Eric Johnson and Alex Newhook both scored in the first period for Colorado.
And Mackenzie Entwistle, who assists on that Toews goal, he missed some time due to an injury and then scored a goal in his first game back against Washington. And he's been an impact player when he's drawn into the lineup in these last few for him. He's been great for the Hawks.
He has. The Hawks have it back at their own line. Connor Murphy fed it out to center ice. Philip Kurashev takes it, opts to drop it back into the Hawk zone where Calvin DeHaan will shoot it up the left side boards. Puck is available in front of the benches. Now DeHaan strides up, able to take it over the logo, fires it down the left side boards and back of Kemper's net. He comes out to play it, dishes it to Devon Toews. Now over to Cale Makar in the right wing corner. Fed it up the right side boards in front of the Avs bench. Burakovsky steps in over the Hawk line, was knocked off the puck. Hawks have it back. Connor Murphy shot it off Kubelik's stick down into the Avs end. Cale Makar pounces onto there. He'll backhand it over to Burakovsky along the right half boards in his own end for the Avs. Coughed it up to Toews, so feed it at the slot. Oh, it was past the brink at stick blade. He could have had a chance had he settled that down. Puck then rolls up the near side boards, back down into the Hawk zone. Jake McCabe has it there, dishes off to his D partner Connor Murphy, who floats it through the air of the United Center all the way down into the Avs zone, where we get an icing call with 8:04 to go in the second period. It's a 2-1 Avs lead.
Another great opportunity from this line with Jonathan Toews, who has wheels tonight, and Alex DeBrincat. They don't connect. They had a chance earlier on before Jonathan Toews scored the rebound goal, and just another one off the rush, a centering feed from Toews to DeBrincat in the middle, just misses his stick. Looked like it might have bounced right over it.
Toews wins the draw to the left of Fleury in the Hawk zone. And then Jake McCabe lost it to Logan O'Connor. O'Connor now in the deep slot of the Hawk zone to Bowen Byram at the left point. has a look, then deals it down the near wall around Fleury's net to the far corner. DeBrincat promptly pokes it right back around Fleury's net, up the near side boards, this time out to center ice. A foot race for the puck into the Avs zone. Kubalik pounces on it beside the right circle, and he's pinned up against the boards by Bowen Byram. Nicholas Aube-Kubel takes it for the Avs, pokes it around the net. Sam Girard fires it through center ice, all the way down onto the net of Fleury in the Hawks zone. Leaves it there for Riley Stillman. He'll fire it out of the reach of Caleb Jones, past Patrick Kane as well, into the Avs zone. Another icing call here with 7:24 to go in the second. Avs lead it 2-1. Draw coming back down again into the Hawks zone here. Hawks in search of their first win in the month of January. Gabe Landeskog will take the draw here against Borgstrom. To the right of Fleury, Hawks zone. Borgstrom won it. Back to Caleb Jones. He'll dish it over to Brandon Hagel, the Bagel. Leaves it out to center, and he will put it off the stick blade of Borgstrom at the Avs line. Kurashev takes it now, able to sidestep an Avs defender to the left wing corner of the Avs zone, and he was knocked off the puck by Devon Taves. Kurashev then fed it the slot, looking that time for Doc, finds Seth Jones, he wires it towards the net. Puck took a juicy carom off the end boards onto the stick blade of McKinnon for the Avs. Outlets to Gabe Landeskog, and he now falls down at the Hawks line, able to dish it in deep. In back of the goal of Marc-Andre Fleury. Avs get a change. Outlet feed for the Hawks. Missed Seth Jones. Down the near side boards into the Avs end. Darren Helm, 14 seasons with the Wings before signing with the Avs in the offseason, will step out to center ice, then deal it all the way down the boards into the Hawks zone. Once again, shot right back the other way. 6:30 to go in this second period. Avs up 2-1. Colorado starting their breakout. Jack Johnson to McDermott on the left wing at center ice. Floats it into the Hawks zone. Quick pass from Seth Jones to Dylan Strome over the Avs line. Down the slot. Never got a shot off. Avs clear their zone. McDermott once again lugging it up the left wing at center ice. Now he'll float it diagonally to the right wing corner of the Hawks zone. Board battle over there. Jake McCabe trying to get it for the Hawks. Couldn't. And a backhand bid from Tyson Jost was fended aside by Fleury. Then the puck hopped off a stick blade, up and out of play into the protective netting to our left with 5:58 to go in the second period. Avs lead it 2-1, and we will step aside. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on WGN 720.
Keep the connected devices in your home protected from Wi-Fi threats with XFi Advanced Security, included with Xfinity Internet at no extra cost. Can your internet do that? Activate Advanced Security today through the Xfinity app and learn about upgrading your in-home Wi-Fi experience with XFi Complete. It includes unlimited internet data and will help ensure you get the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Go to Xfinity.com/XFi Complete, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. XFi and XFi Complete available to Xfinity Internet customers with a compatible XFi gateway.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and I've got gas. Natural gas, that is. It comes to me through a series of pipes buried in the ground. Pipes that all too often get damaged by people who dig before calling 811. This causes real problems for millions of Americans like me who rely on natural gas to heat their homes and cook their food, but it's even worse for the people who hit the gas lines. Well, here's the good news. You don't have to be one of those people. Just call or click 811 before you dig and visit safeexcavator.com for more info.
Family. It looks a little different for everyone. For some, it's mom and dad. For others, roommates who feel like family. And for others, it's your significant other, their golfing buddies, your children, a high school soccer team starting lineup, and oh look, they're all taking you up on the offer to stay for dinner, really testing the limits of that phrase, the more the merrier. But no matter where you call home, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save on home and car insurance. Easier than making 3 frozen pizzas and assorted frozen veggies into a cohesive meal.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
The Avs up 2-1 with 5:58 to go in the second period. Face-off coming up to Fleury's right in the Hawk zone. Jonathan Taves will take this draw against Nazem Kadri. Again, Colorado up 2-1, 5:58 to go in the second. Kadri wins the ozone draw to Bowen Byram, left point. Puck was bobbled. Kubalik has it back for the Hawks. Up the right wing at center ice. Enters the Avs zone to Seth Jones, left circle. A backhand shot and a shoulder save made by Darcy Kemper. Puck now in back of the goal. Sam Girard will float it to the far half wall for the Avs. Nazem Kadri couldn't corral it. Hawks come roaring in on the forecheck. However, the Avs clear their zone up the left side boards. Kadri steps into the Hawks zone. Fed it across here to the right wing circle. A drop pass for JT Compher, who fires from the high slot. Puck kissed off a stick blade. Now Seth Jones has it back for the Hawks. He maneuvers out to center. Fed it to Mackenzie Entwistle over the Avs line. Went down to the ice. Beg your pardon, that was Jonathan Taves. Now the Avs have it back. Burakovsky to JT Compher on the left wing. To Alex Newhook over the Hawks line to the slot. Never quite got a shot off on the back check there was Calvin DeHaan. Now below the goal line, Alex DeBrincat couldn't quite clear his own end. Nicholas Obey-Kubel takes it back for the Avs, so swing it around Fleury's net, up the near side boards. Kane able to do the finishing touches there as he taps it back down to the Avs line. Now Bowen Byram shoots it down the right side boards back into the Hawks zone. Calvin DeHaan floats it off a stick up into the benches and out of play. 4:47 to go in the second period. Avs up 2-1. Haley, feels like a big final 5 minutes here in the second period.
It does, and you can see Brandon Hagel's frustrated. He doesn't know why the faceoff is coming back into the defensive zone, which is a big difference. Like you said, less than 5 minutes to go, and Colorado, for the first time in a while in this period now, is starting to get some zone time in the Hawks' defensive zone. And they're going to keep arguing that this faceoff should come out into the neutral zone.
Yeah, our officials tonight, referees TJ Luxmore, Eric Furlat working the lines, Julian Fournier and Jesse Marquise. Brendan Hagel arguing the call to no avail. 4:47 to go in the second period. Avs up 2-1. Draw coming up to Fleury's left in the Hawks zone. Kirby Doc's line on the ice now. Doc will take the draw against the dangerous Nathan MacKinnon.
Yeah, Derek King has had this matchup all night against the MacKinnon line.
MacKinnon wins the draw. Cale Makar skipping his way down the right half wall to the corner. Lost the puck. Kurashev has it back for the Hawks. He'll float it back up the left side boards now to center ice. Tap down in the Avs zone. Devon Taves played it up the left side boards to the Hawk line. Puck bobbled off a couple of stick blades. Rantanen has it back at the right point of the Hawk zone for the Avs. He'll jam it down the right side boards around Fleury's net. Puck is back out to center. Devon Taves plays it to his deep partner, Cale Makar, in front of the Hawks bench. Mackenzie Entwistle stalking him. Up the left wing side at center ice goes Cale Makar. In over the Hawks line to the left circle. Makar tried to feed the slot. Puck off a stick blade and now back out to center ice once more. Nathan MacKinnon tracks back after it for the Avs. Between the circles and his own end. Both teams get line changes. 4 minutes to play in the second period. Avs up 2-1. Devon Taves camped behind his own net for Colorado. Has a look through the visor. Now shoots it out to center ice. Kadri tried to feed it across. It was tapped off the stick blade of a Hawk. Brandon Hagel tried to get to it but couldn't. Kadri settles back down in his zone. And now for the Avs, off to Bowen Byram. Flicks it in front of the penalty boxes. Hawks have it back. Patrick Kane into the Avs zone. Kane fires! Off the glove of Darcy Kemper. Puck settles down now on the far side at center ice. Kadri then steps in over the Hawks line down the right half boards to the corner. He was then knocked off the puck by Hagel, who got back defensively.
Great play by...
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a great defensive play by Hagel right there on Kadri.
Puck rolls all the way down the ice into the Avs end. 3:11 to play now in this second period. Avs up 2-1. And Kayla, we mentioned this big final 5 minutes here, and each play like that matters so much.
It really does right now, and the Hawks, you could tell they want it. I mean, they're down one, but they're playing hungry. They're playing like a desperate team, and that little individual effort by Brandon Hagel defensively on the back check is exactly what Derek King's talking about in terms of being accountable and holding themselves responsible against a highly offensively skilled team in Colorado.
Puck back in front of the Colorado bench. Riley Stillman swings it across the ice at the right point of the Avs zone for Dylan Strome. A wrist shot! Held on to by Darcy Kemper. 2:28 to go. In the second, 2-1, the Avs lead it.
This fourth line has been really good for the Hawks tonight. It's Dylan Strome. Ryan Carpenter comes back into the lineup, and it's Jujhar Khaira, who recently entered the lineup after being activated from concussion protocol, but they've been really solid tonight. A nice chance off the rush from Dylan Strome at the top of the circle. And I've definitely noticed Ryan Carpenter in this game. He's bringing energy. He's killing penalties. And we heard from him after the first period. He's been a big part of the fourth line throughout the season. It's nice to see him have an impact early on as the fourth line continues to kind of be in a blender as much as the forward lineup has been all season for the Hawks.
2:15 to play in the second period. Avs up 2-1, and they have the puck in the Hawks zone. A puck shot towards the net. Off a body in front. Connor Murphy was there, but Rantanen now has it below the goal line to McCarr, who curls around the net. Raked off his stick blade by DeHaan. Entwistle couldn't clear initially. On a second effort, he does poke it out, and Kirby Dach is now over the Avs line. Whistles a long shot wide left of Kemper. Puck banked off the left corner boards. That'll spring the Avs on a 2-on-1 the other way. Rantanen to the right circle. Fires a right pad save made by Fleury. Rebound spilled out. A backhander from McKinnon went wide left. And the Hawks come away unscathed. 1:40 to go in the second period. Back comes Entwistle over the Avs line. He'll play it down the right side boards around Kemper's net to the far half wall. 90 seconds to go in the second period. Avs up 2-1. Hawks trying to change that. Puck in front of the penalty boxes at center ice. DeBrincat will sweep it down the right side boards around Kemper's net to the far half boards in the Avs zone. Sam Girard has it back now for the Avs. Has a look, steps out to center ice, able to hit JT Compher into the Hawks zone to the left circle. Onto his backhand, a shot, and a pad save made by Fleury. Puck below the goal line. Taves swings it around the cage of Fleury onto the DeBrincat in front of the Colorado bench to Taves on the right wing at center ice. Back to the DeBrincat over the Avs line. Down the left wing he goes to the corner. Crunched up against the boards by Bowen Byram. DeBrincat lost it. Puck kicks back out to center. Here comes Sam Girard for the Avs. Over the Hawks line to Burakovsky in the deep slot. A one-timer! And it whistled wide left to Fleury. Hawks have it back now in their own end. 40 seconds to go in the second period. Marching the other way goes Jones. It's Kane in the left circle. To the top of the right circle goes Kane. A wrist shot off the body in front. Rebound spills out. Borgstrom fires. Oh, and a left pad save made that time by Kemper. Hawks aren't done yet. At the left point, DeHaan. He fires it towards the net. Off a stick blade, and now Kemper can pounce on it at the top of the crease and hold on with 22 seconds to go in the second. Avs up 2-1.
Well, on one end of the ice, Marc-Andre Fleury makes a huge save. He hasn't seen a ton of action this period because of how well the Hawks have played. And now you can hear the fans, Jason, as Scott Darling, former Hawks goaltender, member of the 2015 Stanley Cup winning team, is in the building, and they show him on the Jumbotron along with the 2015 banner, and he gets a very warm welcome from the crowd.
Well-deserved warm welcome. Face off to Kemper's right in the Avs zone. Won by Colorado. Cale Makar played it up the right side boards onto the stick blade of Gabe Landeskog. He enters the Hawk zone, drops it off. Here's McKinnon, right circle. McKinnon waits, swung it across. Landeskog was on the doorstep but couldn't quite find the puck. 5 seconds to go in the second period. Here's a breakaway for Patrick Kane into the Avs zone to the slot. A backhander over top the net as time expires on the second period.
Patrick Kane wants a goal tonight. You could feel it. The Hawks were buzzing in that second period, Jason. Great response.
Whew. What an ending to that second. 2-1 Avs after two. Jonathan Taves scores in that period. Well, Kayla, your overall assessment of that. You said it was going to be a big final 5 minutes, and it was.
That was one of the best periods we've seen from the Hawks, certainly in the last two games. And I think defensively they've done an excellent job in that period at limiting Colorado's chances, out-shooting them, outplaying them, and own most of the puck possession. So they have to be pretty pleased with that. They're still trailing by one, but you have to think if they keep playing the way they are, they're going to get rewarded for it. And Patrick Kane in that last shift, even leading up to that breakaway he earned, a great feed to Borgstrom, nearly tied it up with that one.
Yeah, there were a couple of chances there. End-to-end action. Ice opened up a bit. Again, 2-1 Avs after two. We're waiting Mackenzie Entwistle, who will join us before we head to break.
That top line, too, for Colorado. I mean, they're just so dangerous. They move the puck so well. They have great vision. Landeskog and McKinnon in the final minute there nearly get a chance, but it's the details and just getting a stick on that last opportunity for them. You know, that was impressive to make in the final minutes of this to hold it 2-1.
We're now joined by Mackenzie Entwistle. Mackenzie, thanks for joining us. Mackenzie, you look at the final 5 minutes of that period, really some high-octane energy there. How would you assess nearly putting it in at the end there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know their top three lines are pretty deadly. So, just staying above their speed. And, like you said, I thought our second was good, and we limited their chances, and we got a couple ourselves. So just keep this up for the third here.
Mackenzie, you have 3 points Hi, Mackenzie, you have 3 points in the last 5 games that you've started in, and it seems like your Lions created some good scoring chances. Overall, how do you feel coming into this game and the adjustments you made from the first?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I feel good. It's good to be back in the lineup. I just want to contribute every way I can, and, tonight me, Docker, and Kersey have got the role to play that top line. So, like I said, just being above them, playing them hard, and try to limit their chances.
Well, Mackenzie, you mentioned their top 3 lines there. I guess you head into the dressing room here, and what will the discussion be like when you talk both defensively and offensively, when everything will matter here in the final period?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we still got to get a couple here. So, like I said, staying above their speed, above their guys, getting pucks in, and we got to do a better job of playing below their circles, play their D down, and get some traffic, get some pucks on net. Simple game, but that's what's been working for us. That's how we got our goal, and like I said, just look forward to the third and keep it up here.
Mackenzie, loving your effort tonight. Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks for joining us.
Great, thanks very much. No problem.
That's Mackenzie Entwistle. Avs up 2-1 after 2 periods of play. Should be a very fun third. Don't go anywhere. Joe Brand coming up. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
My internet delivers next level gamer grade speeds.
Oh yeah? Well, does yours let you work from home like a boss?
You both have Xfinity XFi. So powerful, it keeps one-upping itself. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Ends 1/23/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply.
If you're a plumber, having confidence in your water heater installs, well, that feeling just rocks. That's why at Rheem, we not only offer high-performance water heaters, we deliver high-performance training, support, and new tools to get the job done faster, reduce callbacks, and increase satisfied customers. We even have a team of master plumbers to help you thrive, who know the techniques for every type of install. So plumbers, go Rheem, and let's rock. Rheem.com/thrive.
It's GhostBed's biggest sale of the year. This New Year's, take 30% off award-winning mattresses and 40% off when you pair your choice of mattress with our luxury adjustable base. Treat yourself to the amazing sleep you deserve, or the ultimate upgrade for customized comfort. Cooling technology in every mattress and more than 35,000 5-star reviews. Order today at GhostBed and get the support, cooling, and quality you can count on for the holiday season and beyond.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired their personal trainer as a caterer.
All right, folks, let's keep this line moving. You there with the tongs. Picking up one Duchess potato at a time will not cut it at my catering table. Drop and give me 50.
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
Okay, this is what we call the wild mushroom and asparagus dip, and press. Come on, let's get those plates above your heads.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
It's time for an intermission update. Here's Joe Brand.
Quite a response for the Blackhawks in the second period. They are within a goal of the Colorado Avalanche, 2-1 right now, and leading in shots on goal, 22-21. Jonathan Toews with the lone goal. Patrick Kane almost with a buzzer beater. It'll be fun to see how this game shapes up for the final 20 minutes. I'm Joe Brand. This is the intermission break number 2 here from the United Center. Handful of games going on in the NHL. The Detroit Red Wings right now leading the San Jose Sharks 6-2, and that one's going to be over in under a minute. They've only got 57 seconds left, and Detroit looks like they're going to snap their 2-game losing skid. Former Blackhawk Pia Suter scoring a couple of times in that one. Winnipeg Jets now with a 1-0 lead over the Arizona Coyotes. They're in the second period down in the desert. It's Arizona's first game since December 28th. Again, the Blackhawks will be visiting the Arizona Coyotes in their next game down in the desert. Nashville Predators and Vegas Golden Knights underway from Sin City, just a little under 4 minutes through. Vegas' Matthias Janmark has picked up 4 goals in his last 3 games, looking to continue that stretch. Also, Roman Jossi's been hot, and the Hawks know that. 18 points in his last 17 games. Anaheim's trying to snap their 4-game losing skid. They host the Flyers tonight, and they are just a few minutes underway in that one over in California. Some finals around the NHL. Boston extends its winning streak now to 3 games after the Christmas COVID break, a 5-3 winner over the New Jersey Devils. Looks like Jack Hughes possibly sees his multi-point game streak, which reached 4, come to an end. New Jersey did not have Dougie Hamilton in this game. He actually had to go to the hospital the other day after being punched in the face in his last game. Florida Panthers beat the Calgary Flames 6-2. Florida's now got a 4-game winning streak. They have collected 24 goals during that stretch. Tampa Bay with a 7-2 victory over the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Lightning snap their 3-game losing skid, only the second time that's happened this year. The Washington Capitals and Montreal Canadiens game postponed today, along with the New York Islanders and Seattle Kraken game as well. Elsewhere around the sports world, the Washington football team says they will announce their new mascot name next month. On February 2nd, it will not be the Wolves or the Red Wolves, so we'll find out that next month. And the Bulls are off until Friday. They're going to host Washington here at the United Center after an 8-game winning streak that they elevated it to yesterday with a victory over the Orlando Magic, the Bulls' longest winning streak since 2012. Plenty of positives to pull from the second period. We'll do that with Kaylee Chelios when we come back. But don't forget, fans, after tonight's game, tune into the Bitcoin of America Chicago Blackhawks postgame show. We'll have player and coach interviews, fan reaction, and game analysis. Again, it's 2-1 Colorado through 2 periods here at the United Center. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Radio's investigative correspondent Anna Devlantis gets you answers on WGN.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
As a truck driver, I've learned how important road safety is. I know that large trucks need more time and room to stop. That's why I always hang back and follow other vehicles at a safe distance. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're driving, try to remember to always give trucks extra space when you merge in front of them. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Angie's List is now Angie, and caring for your home just got easier. Whether you need help with routine maintenance or a dream remodel, Angie makes it easy to see reviews, compare quotes, and connect with top local pros who can get the job done right. Plus, you can see upfront pricing and instantly book hundreds of projects. No phone tag, just the work you need done at a time that works for you. Angie's got your to-do list covered from start to finish. Book your next home project today at Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Blackhawks finding their groove in this second period. now out shooting the Colorado Avalanche 22-21. Jonathan Toews with the only goal so far. Toews has been finding it as of late. He's picked up now all 4 of his goals in the last 8 games after going through a long stretch this year without a goal. Again, the Blackhawks finding the only goal of this second period, slowing down Colorado, who picked up a 2-0 lead in the first period. And now they're trying to fully complete the comeback in the third period. Hawks out shooting the Avalanche 17-7 in that second period as they are trying to pick up their first win in 2022. I'm Joe Brand. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey and our intermission report here in the second, or rather heading into the third period, as the Hawks are going to finish off this homestand tonight. Then they hit the road. They go out west starting on Thursday. West starting on Thursday, and then they'll head back over to the Midwest. They're going to be in Arizona on Thursday. The Vegas Golden Knights will host the Hawks on Saturday. And then the Blackhawks will go to Columbus next Tuesday to wrap up a 3-game road trip before heading back home to the United Center next week when they host the Montreal Canadiens. On that goal for Jonathan Toews, Mackenzie Entwistle and Seth Jones, each with an assist, as the Blackhawks, again, with 10 more shots on goal over the Colorado Avalanche. Started that period with a power play, and even though they didn't convert on that power play, seemed to have picked up some momentum, and they hope to continue it as we will move into the third period. We'll take one more break. When we come back, we'll wrap up that second period. When we come back, you're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
I'm Adrienne Bankert, host of News Nation's brand new show, Morning in America. It's a morning show that's offering a fresh perspective on the day's stories. Wake up to something good.
Morning in America, weekdays starting at 6 a.m. on News Nation. News Nation is redefining cable news. In its first year, News Nation was named both neutral in bias and most reliable, and is now the fastest growing cable news network in the country. News Nation, news for all America.
Starting a new project can be a daunting task, especially if you're planning a bathroom renovation. The Home Depot is here to help things go smoothly with Homeowner 101 workshops. In free interactive live stream classes, our expert associates will teach you important skills like how to get the right measurements, stay on budget, and even when to call in the pros to finish the job. Get the help you need to tackle your bathroom project with Homeowner 101 workshops. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. Register now at homedepot.com/workshops.
What makes essential workers essential?
We keep where you work and live clean and safe.
We harvest fresh produce for your families to eat.
We help you heal when you're sick. Essential workers help our nation run. You're in every corner of our country and come from all over the globe. I'm Marty Walsh. The Wage and Hour Division at the Department of Labor helps ensure you receive the essential protections you deserve. Visit our website or call 866-4US-WAGE.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Labor.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans, it's a story that rings true. We learn to endure the heat in silence. We apply what we learn to life, the bills, the job, the family, things we're expected to handle with ease. When life heats up around us, we just try to stay afloat. We let the water boil. Reaching out isn't easy, but you've never been interested in easy. You join because you are not afraid of hard work. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait until the water boils. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Period 3. The third period is next. Here for a recap is Joe Brand.
And the second period scoring recap is sponsored by the College of DuPage. Is it time to elevate your career? College of DuPage has a multitude of degrees with classes starting next spring. Visit it'slikecod.com. Again, the Blackhawks within a goal against the Colorado Avalanche. Here was that only goal.
And all the way back down up the near side into the Avs end, where DeBrincat is on it for the Hawks. He'll put it up the right point here for Seth Jones, launches it towards the net, rebound spilled out, a backhand bid by Entwistle, tapped home, they score! Toews able to capitalize off the rebound, and it's a one-goal game. Hawks edging closer.
Fourth goal of the season for Jonathan Toews. Blackhawks within a goal, and as we bring in Kaylee Chelios, that was quite the pick-me-up for this Hawks team in the second period, huh?
Yeah, I thought they were playing great prior to that goal, and they had a chance earlier on. It was Toews into Brinkett, and then it ends up being Entwistle and Toews getting that greasy goal Derek King talked about needing from this team this morning. And they kept their foot on the gas pedal. I think they outshot Colorado 17-7 in the second period, and I thought really carried play, dictated pace, and we heard from Mackenzie Entwistle during the intermission. They've had the tough task of trying to shut down the McKinnon line. And although they got their chances, I think they did very well against them. They did what you'd hope for. They contained them, tried to keep them to the perimeter as best they can. And as a five-man unit, they defended, got sticks in lanes, and disrupted some of their really nice plays that they tried to make in the offensive zone, and were able to keep this one 2-1.
You brought up a good point of that fourth line doing a lot of work, too. Ryan Carpenter, Dylan Strome, Jujhar Khaira. Saw Carpenter and Tyson Jost going at it a little bit in front of the Blackhawks bench. Things are getting a little bit more physical, but with a big team like Colorado, that's something you would expect. Again, the Avalanche leading the Blackhawks 2-1. One quick other note in terms of the face-off circle. Blackhawks slightly edging Colorado at the moment, 51-49. Kirby Dach had won 6 out of his first 7 face-offs. Since then, he's lost his next 6, but off to the good start. Interesting thing to keep an eye on. And Dylan Strome, 4 for 5 from the face-off circle. Again, Hawks trail 2-1. Let's send it on over for the third period. Jason Ross Jr. and Kaylee Chelios.
Thanks, Joe. Should be a fun third period of action. Do not want to go anywhere. Well, this one rolls on. 2-1, the Avs lead it. We mentioned latter stages of that second. Kane had the breakaway. Had a little backhand bid that went over top. Kemper, looked like that was going to be a golden opportunity. It was just high octane, up and down, back and forth. Kaylee hoping to see more of that here in the third.
Certainly, and this was much like at the end of the first period. The Hawks, it was Alex DeBrincat, drew a power play opportunity for them to start the second. And I think the way they ended the second period there, they should carry some momentum with them back to the dressing room. It remains to be seen, but we'll find out pretty quickly if they can build off that. Some really good scoring chances coming for the Hawks in the second period, and a great response after the first, in which Colorado really dominated action, taking a 2-0 lead.
Doc takes the center ice draw against Landeskog. Landeskog wins that draw for Colorado. These two lines have been matched up against one another the entire night. Puck was sent into the Hawks zone. Back comes Chicago through center. It's Doc over the Avs line. Fires from the slot. Save made with the glove by Darcy Kemper. Just 15 seconds into the third. 2-1 the Avs lead it.
Well, it's no easy task for that line, the Doc line, with Kurashev and Entwistle trying to shut down and contain Nathan McKinnon's line, but there they go in the offensive zone. Great job by Kirby Dach. He wanted to leave a drop pass for Seth Jones coming in on the rush, but it kind of gets into the skates of both Avs defensemen, and he ends up putting it on net.
Avs win the ensuing draw on their own end. McKinnon dancing up the right wing over the Hawk line, pulls up along the right half boards, dropped it off. Devontae's fired, and it went off a stick in front. Mackenzie Entwistle has it back to the Hawks. Up the left wing at center ice. Put it out of the reach of Kurashev, who took a big hit from McKinnon on the near side of the Avs line. Couple of players come together. Kurashev was able to pop up.
Yeah, I think Nathan McKinnon hits Kurashev way too late on the play there. It's already down below the goal line when he hits Kurashev. And he's going to call an interference against him for that one. So a big opportunity, Jason. We talked about it. The Hawks with some momentum will now get a chance on their power play.
0 for 1 with a man advantage tonight. Big power play coming up. Early stages, third period. 2-1 the Avs lead it. 19:26 to go in this third. Face-off coming up to Darcy Kemper's right in the Avs zone. Dylan Strome will take the draw for the Hawks against the Avs' JT Comper. Puck is dropped. Comper won the draw for the Avs. Devon Toews whips it up the left side boards past Kane, up the far side boards and all the way down in back of the net of Marc-Andre Fleury. He'll leave it off for Seth Jones. Has a look. Now cruises over to the far boards in the Hawks zone. Leaves it between the circles for Kane. He'll gallop out to center to the Brinkett. Back to Kane over the Avs line to Strome left point. Tried to feed it back to Seth Jones. Pass intercepted there by the Avs. Toews, and he will plate up the near side boards back down into the Hawks end. Avs get a change of the penalty killers. Fresh legs on the power play for the Hawks. 2-1 the Avs lead it. 80 seconds to go on this Hawks power play. 18:45 to go in the third. Kane up the left wing. He'll enter the Avs zone at the left point, dishes it in back of the Avs goal. Kemper swings it around the far right-hand corner where Alex DeBrincat has it back. He'll play it in behind the net of Kemper, up the near side boards, and Tyson Jost lifted it up and out of play with 18:30 to go in the third, a minute 04 left in this interference call. And we'll see if we get a call here.
Looks like they're trying to get a delay of game call. Both Seth Jones and Kane pretty confidently using their hand to motion that it did in fact go off the stick and out of play. So it would be a 5-on-3 opportunity for a minute and 4 seconds for the Hawks if that's true, and 2 really good zone entries by the Hawks, just unable to get one on net on their power play so far.
Officials come together to discuss this. Again, there's a minute and 4 left. Here's the call.
Colorado penalty, 2-minute delay game.
So there you hear it.
All right.
With a minute 04 left on the interference call, it'll now be 5-on-3 for the next minute and 4 seconds.
This is a really important 5-on-3 opportunity. Usually in games, when you get a 5-on-3 and you kill it off, it usually gives the defending team there a lot of momentum. So for the Hawks, this is a huge opportunity to tie it up at 2. They're going to put Jonathan Toews in the faceoff circle, replacing Dylan Strome on that top power play unit.
Toews wins the draw. DeBrincat left half wall. Up to Seth Jones left point. Hawks have it in the O-zone. Kane fed it across to DeBrincat. He fired, but a stick save made by Darcy Kemper. Hawks aren't done yet. Below the goal line, Toews. On to Patrick Kane, right half boards. Walks along the goal line to Kubalik. Then to Jones, a one-timer. Blocked that time by J.T. Compher. Puck spills back out to the deep slot. Here's Seth Jones again. Jones to Kane in the right wing corner. 40 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Hawks have the puck in the O-zone. Kane strolling through the slot. Kane over a one-timer that time from Kubalik. And a pad save made by Darcy Kemper. Kubalik now up to Seth Jones in the deep slot. DeBrincat's in the left circle, and he gets a feed here. Bottom of the left circle now to Jones in the deep slot. Has a look and dishes it to Kane. Over to DeBrincat. He fires and scores! To DeBrincat like clockwork, and it's a tie game. 2-2 with 17:42 to go in the third.
Excellent finish by the Cat, Alex DeBrincat. He just makes it look easy, and we've talked about the many players in the NHL who have their offense. It's Alexander Ovechkin, Steven Stamkos, and now Alex DeBrincat is just a machine from that right circle. Great job by Patrick Kane to thread the needle and get him that pass. The Hawks have tied it now with a huge power play goal and a big boost of energy for this group.
Well, Kayla, you said it. That 5-on-3 was huge, and the Hawks capitalized. They
needed to score on that 5-on-3. They changed up the personnel. Jonathan Toews, the captain, who had the lone goal of the game, steps in, wins the faceoff. Then they get the 5-on-3 opportunity, and his net front presence is there, but just it's so hard to deny Kane and DeBrincat. I mean, every time they have an opportunity like that, it seems like it's just muscle memory for those two. Such good chemistry, and we'll see what they can do now with some momentum. Sorry, Jason.
You're okay. Now Toews fed it up the slot for the Hawks. Picked off. Back come the Avs shorthanded. Over the Hawks line, a shot from the right circle from Darren Helm. Off a stick blade, up and out of play. Still 47 seconds left on that delay of game penalty. So it's 5-on-4 right now. 17-17 to go in the third. Hawks still on the man advantage. Tie game 2-2 after Kane finds DeBrincat on the 5-on-3. Face-off coming back down into the Hawk zone to the left of Marc-Andre Fleury. It'll be J.T. Compher taking the draw here for the Avs against the Hawks' Dylan Strome. Puck is dropped. Strome's won the draw to the near corner. Seth Jones has it, cruising up the left wing for the Hawks. He'll leave it off for Strome. Enters the Avs zone, down the left half boards. Left it for the trailer Kane. Roaming in the left circle, fed it to the slot. DeBrincat fires! He scores! Smiles for Alex DeBrincat. Back-to-back goals in the third, and the Hawks take a 3-2 lead.
And DeBrincat makes it goal number 20. The Hawks fans are on their feet, and once again, just the speed of Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat on the rush will not be denied. Back-to-back goals for this dynamic duo. And just the amazing ability of Patrick Kane, his playmaking ability. And then you can't sleep on Alex DeBrincat just coming in late, waiting for that pass and executing to take a 3-2 lead right now. The Hawks have deserved this.
The battle back, the resilience, the fortitude the Hawks have showed in this matchup after going down 2-0 early. Really something to behold, how this team has matured throughout the season. And looking for a big win tonight. Up a goal. Here comes Cale Makar through center ice for the Avs. Drops it off McKinnon in the slot. Fired! Oh, you heard that ring off the post. 3-2, the Hawks lead it. 16:34 to go in the third. That puck went up and out of play.
The Hawks have to be careful. That next shift after a goal is so important. After DeBrincat's first goal, they allowed a 2-on-1 opportunity, and it was Darren Helm who missed high and over Marc-Andre Fleury, and just then it was a post, so they have to bear down here. But Hawks fans, with that goal, it's time to bring out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal with El Bandito tequila every day. And with that goal and the assist by Patrick Kane, it's sponsored by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check out Chevy Shop, click and drive, shop online 24/7 at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Hawks capitalized on the feeling good Sitco power play and then backed it up with another. 16:17 to go in the third. Hawks up 3-2. We get a whistle that stops play. Draw will come back out. Again, Alex DeBrincat from Patrick Kane twice in this period. It's been a fun start to it. 16:17 to go in the third. Hawks up 3-2. Draw coming up just outside of the Hawks line. Jonathan Taves will take it for Chicago. Puck squirts free off the draw. JT Compher won it for the Avs. Back to the Avs line for Sam Girard. Put it in front of the Hawks bench. Jammed down the left side boards by McKinnon. Around the net of Fleury. Up the near side boards. Back out to center ice it goes into the Avs zone. Sam Girard has it. Whips it onto the stick blade here. Burakovsky. He coughed it up. Back comes Taves over the Avs line. Down the right side boards. Pulls up. Tried to feed it out to the point. Picked off by Burakovsky. Now he's maneuvering over the Hawks logo. Put it off a stick blade. Up and out of play. Looks like a fan will get a souvenir. With 15:46 to play in the third. It's a 3-2 Hawks lead.
Well, special teams has been the name of the game and an issue for the Hawks in their last several. And tonight, now they have a pair of power play goals. They've been excellent on the penalty kill. And Derek King kind of called out some of his players after the loss to Calgary. And tonight, Jason, it doesn't look like there's any passengers, as he called them, rolling in with a 3-2 lead now in the third.
No, different effort tonight. Hawks up 3-2, 15:38 to go in the third. Puck in the Chicago zone near corner. Caleb Jones plays it around for Riley Stillman, far half boards. A battle ensues there. Hawks couldn't clear. Avs able to keep it in. Puck is jammed back in deep once more. Caleb Jones put it up the near side boards. This time it is out. Up the boards and all the way down into the Avs zone. Alex Newhook on it there for Colorado to Eric Johnson. Rink-wide feed for Devon Taves. Over the Hawks line, dropped it back. Burakovsky fired from the left point. Puck went wide, then banked off the end boards. Pounced on just above the goal line here. Devon Taves up to Cale Makar in the deep slot. Long wrist shot off a body in front. Puck squirts free to the near corner. Patrick Kane lost a battle with Cale Makar. Makar now scoots around the Hawks net. Strolls up to the left point to Sam Girard, fresh off the bench at the right point. He'll roll down the right side boards to the corner. Watched by Brandon Hagel. Backhands it over to the far half boards. Then Hagel poked it out to center. Here comes Patrick Kane. One-on-one over the Avs line. He'll stop up beside the right circle and await reinforcements as he backhands it around Darcy Kempfer's net. In the Avs zone, Jake McCabe is there, but lost a battle with Sam Girard. Avs have it back, and now they'll scoot out to center ice up the right wing. Curtis McDermott over the Hawks line. Stops up beside the right circle. Rantanen then drops it back to Eric Johnson. He'll peel back to the right point onto the deep slot. A slap shot from Bowen Byram off the body of Kirby Doc. Took a stinger there, but laid his body out to make a good effort. 14:10 to go in the third. Hawks up 3-2. It's been a fun start to this period. Mackenzie Entwistle below the goal line in the Avs zone. Put it up to the right point for Seth Jones. Then back onto the right half boards here for Kurashev. Strolls through the slot. Took a shot off the stick of Nathan McKinnon. Good job defensively there from McKinnon. Hawks have it back, however, along the left half wall. Here's Kurashev. Tried to feed it up the slot. Mackenzie Entwistle was on the doorstep. Intercepted there by Eric Johnson. Now out comes Nathan McKinnon for the Avs. Over the Hawks logo. Into the Hawks zone. To the right circle. McKinnon fires. Butterfly save made by Fleury. Then he pounces on it with 13:36 to go in the third. It's a 3-2 Hawks lead. We will step aside. Goals from Alex DeBrincat, 2 of them to be exact. Assist from Patrick Kane. 13:36 to go in the third. Hawks up 3-2. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hear that? Is that America cheering or a sausage patty sizzling to perfection? It's time to cheer for Egg McMuffin and fresh cracked eggs at McDonald's. It's time to wake up to the aroma of freshly baked biscuits and treat yourself to a real honest-to-goodness morning meal. Breakfast, it's on at McDonald's. Choose any breakfast sandwich, buy one, get one free. Available only on the app. Price and participation may vary. McD app download and registration required. Single item at regular price.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code MONEY for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code MONEY for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MONEY.
Dinner with John Landecker. What could possibly go wrong? Monday through Thursday at 6. Now back to the game.
The Hawks have scored 3 unanswered to take a 3-2 lead with 13:36 to go in the third period behind a pair of goals on the power play from Alex DeBrincat. Patrick Kane will pick up the assist, and with those goals, it's time to bring out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal with El Bandito Yankee Tequila, Hawks fans. And with those assists from Kane, it's sponsored by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check out Chevy Shop, click and drive. Shop online 24/7 at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Daly United Center is alive and well on a Tuesday night. 13:36 to go in the third. Hawks up 3-2. Puck in the Hawks zone between the circles. Jonathan Taves, the captain, has it there. He scored tonight. Dishes it to Calvin DeHaan. He'll play it across to Connor Murphy, his D partner. Now an outlet feed on the left wing and center ice for Taves, who deals it down the near sideboards. Kemper comes out to play it in back of the Avs goal. Swing it up the far side, all the way down, right back into the Hawks zone. DeHaan has it in the far corner. Dishes it around Fleury's net. Another clearance, this time from Jonathan Taves all the way down to Devon Taves of the Avs, who once again plays it down the left sideboards into the Hawks zone. 12:55 to go in this third. 3-2, the Hawks lead it. Shot right back down the ice. And we get an icing call. Kaylee, you think defensively now for the Hawks, under 13 to play here, trying to hold on to a 1-goal lead. What's the balance between not being, I guess, too passive?
Yeah, but, great teams know how to manage games well. The Hawks have done a great job crawling out of a 2-0 deficit to score 3 unanswered, but there's still plenty of time left in this game. 12:48. You can't sit back, but like you said, it's a balance. They still have to find a way to create offense, but they just have to take the risk out of their games. Once it's in over the red line, get pucks in deep and then go to work in the corners. Make sure Marc-Andre Fleury doesn't have his hands full.
12:35 to go in the third. Hawks up 3-2. Avs roaming through center ice. Bowen Byram enters the Hawks zone. They'll play it down the left side boards in back of Fleury's net. Pokes up the near wall to Sam Girard, right point. On to Byram. A slap shot from the deep slot off a body in front. Hawks try to spring the other way on a counterattack. Doc will backhand it down the near sideboards. In back of the Avs net. Nathan McKinnon on the top line on the ice for the Avs. And they're through center ice. Here is Landeskog on the right wing at center. He'll backhand it through the air. Down in back of Fleury. He uses his paddle to poke it around and over to the far half wall. Hawks coughed it up. It is Newhook now in the deep slot. New line on the ice for the Avs in the Hawks zone. Logan O'Connor was wrestled off the puck by Seth Jones. Brandon Hagel comes in to sweep it free for the Hawks. Little outlet feed on the right wing at center ice for Entwistle. He'll play down the right side boards in back of the net of Darcy Kemp for a big hit back there. Eric Johnson took a crunching blow from Brandon Hagel. Avs were able to clear their zone. Puck back down into the Hawks in right wing corner. It's sent up the near wall. Board battle this time. Hagel involved again with Eric Johnson. Hagel won the battle. Stillman has it for the Hawks. On to Patrick Kane on the right wing at center ice. He'll whip it down the right side boards around Kemper's net to the left wing corner. Puck is available there. Taken by Nicholas Aube-Kubel. A outlet feed here for Devon Taves, streaking over the Hawks line to the left half boards. He'll dump it to the left wing corner. 11:07 to go in the third. A shot from the deep slot taken by Logan O'Connor that went wide right. Good defensive play by Stillman. Hawks up 3-2. Avs have the puck in the O-zone, though. Nazem Kadri dancing along the right half boards to Cale Makar in the high slot. Puck rolled off his stick blade. Hawks couldn't clear. In the right circle, Kadri has it back. Then he lost it. Jujar Kara this time able to one-hand it out to center ice. Onto the stick blade of Cale Makar. He resets with his fellow young defenseman Bowen Byram. Little feed ahead here for Burakovsky entering the Hawk zone. Dishes it off for Kadri. Nifty move onto the back end. Fed it across. Out of the reach of JT Compher. Kadri made a beautiful move, but the finishing touch wasn't in store there for Compher. 10:25 to go in the third. 3-2 Hawks lead it. Avs reset and recalculate back in their own end. Devon Taves put it out to center ice for Burakovsky. Back to Taves. Streaking in over the Hawks line. They'll float it to Nathan McKinnon right half boards. Put it in below the goal line. Connor Murphy is there for the Hawks. He'll then play it up the near side boards out to center. Onto the stick plate of Kirby Doc. He hits the Avs line, then was wrestled off the puck by Mikko Rantanen, the Avs leading goal scorer. Trying to maneuver the other way, and he does. It's Landeskog at the right point of the Hawks zone. Put it in below the goal line. Now Landeskog will walk around Fleury's net to the left half boards. He gets in a wrestling match with big Kirby Doc, and Kirby Doc won that battle. Puck is out to center ice. Physical play here over the last few minutes in the third. Calvin DeHaan now steps over the Avs line at the left point. He'll jam it down the boards, picked off by Cale Makar. Back come the Avs through center. McKinnon had trouble holding on to the puck, and now it's loose. Tapped back into the Avs zone. Hawks get a change. Logan O'Connor tries to catch him in it. Over the Hawks line. Down the right wing side. He'll curl around the Hawks net. Up to Bowen Byram left point. Swung it across the ring from Makar. Jabs the puck towards the net. It's available at the doorstep. Pouncing on it there is Nathan McKinnon. Back to Makar in the right wing corner. He'll curl around Fleury's net to the left circle. Kearns and fires over top Fleury's net. Puck sprung off the near side boards. Back out to center ice. Up the left wing goes Taves. Into the Avs zone. Crowd wanted a penalty call as DeBrincat was holding his face, heading towards the bench. Meanwhile, back comes Tyson Jost, who takes a big hit along the far side boards by Riley Stillman. Crowd liked that, but they're still in much displeasure after that last sequence. 8:36 to go in the third. Hawks up 3-2. Seth Jones has the puck for Chicago, camped in behind his own net. Jones has a look, dishes it to Stillman. He'll play it off the stick blade in front of the Avs bench. Colorado has it back. Kadri over the Hawks line. A drop pass here for Burakovsky. Left it off for Eric Johnson. Fed it towards the net. Off the tip. In front. They score. Tie game, 3-3, 8:16 to go in the third. Eric Johnson threw it towards the net. Kadri was in front. And the Avs have knotted this up with 8:16 to go.
Well, just when it felt like the Hawks were showing some great pushback from a Colorado Avalanche team that was pressing. They did a very good job defensively at getting sticks in lanes and limiting their ability to make plays in the dangerous area, but this is just a shot from the point. Eric Johnson, it's all the Hawks were really giving him, and had done a great job at blocking up until then. But Hawks fans disappointed in looking at the replay leading up to that play. Alex DeBrincat very clearly on the replay takes a high stick to the face, and there's no call on it.
Well, 3-3 game, 8:09 to go in the third. Seth Jones now below the goal line is in his own end for the Hawks. To Kurashev along the left half boards in the Hawks zone. Rink-wide feed for Jake McCabe at the right point of the Avs zone. He'll play down the far side boards in back of the Avs net. Puck rolls to the near wall where Mikko Rantanen has it for the Avs. Their leading goal scorer put it in front of the Colorado bench here. Eric Johnson has it back to Rantanen over the Hawks line to the right circle. A drop pass from McKinnon. A slap shot went off the defensive stick of Seth Jones. Hawks have it back. Here comes Seth Jones up the right wing. He'll hit the center red line, then just float it down the right side boards around the Avs net. Hawks get a change. Fresh legs on the ice. In front of the penalty boxes, we get a board battle. The puck is swept right back down the near side boards into the Avs zone once again. Cale Makar shot it past a couple of players up the left side boards all the way down into the Hawks zone. We get an icing call with 7:15 to go in this third 3-3 game. Draw coming back down into the Avs zone to the right of Darcy Kemper.
Who's Hot, Who's Cold is sponsored, Hawks fans, by Plumbers 911 Chicago. My Who's Hot player of the game is Alex DeBrincat, who helped the Hawks come back from a 2-0 deficit with a pair of goals on the power play. Fans, visit plumbers911.com for emergency plumbing service.
Hawks win the offensive zone draw. Taves curls around Kemper's net. Up to the right point. Murphy shot it towards the net. Got through traffic. Kemper saw it all the way. Swallowed it up and held on.
Well, it's a game, Jason. 3-3. The Hawks did a great job battling back from a 2-0 deficit, and just when you think they were doing a great job to match the pushback from the Colorado Avalanche, they end up getting a fortunate bounce and redirection from one of the hottest players in the National Hockey League, Nazem Kadri. He's having career highs this season, and he does a lot of his dirty work around the crease, just like he did on that last goal to tie it up for the Hawks.
Well, 7:05 to go in the third, as Kaylee mentioned, tied up 3-3 now. You're listening to Hawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago's afternoon news with Lisa Dent, weekdays 2 to 6.
If you're a plumber, your day can be full of challenges. Tight spaces, pesky leaks, that little dog that won't stay out of your way. That's why Rheem not only offers great water heaters, we help you overcome the challenges of installation with expert training for master plumbers. Plus, support and new tools to get the job done faster, reduce callbacks, and increase satisfied customers. So whether you're installing tank, tankless, hybrid, gas, or electric, with Rheem, you've got this. Learn more at rheem.com/thrive.
Show me that smile, show me that smile. Different strokes it takes, different strokes it takes. There you have the facts of life, the facts of life. What would we do, baby, without us?
Okay, do you sense a theme here? Your favorite sitcoms from the 80s and 90s are all in one place. Rewind TV. Just go to rewindtv.com to check for your local listing.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a lounge singer to be their office receptionist.
Hello, this is Mickey Marquis, and you've reached the office of Doug & Associates. Thank you very much. Catch me Tuesday nights at the Hotel Johnson. Hello?
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
Doug & Associates, this is Mickey Marquis. Hello?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
6:58 to go in the third, 3-3 game. We rejoin the play here in the Avs zone. Sam Girard, an outlet feed for the Avs over the center ice circle. Picked up by Hagel. Steps in over the Avs line to Kane along the right half boards. He pulls up. Dishes back to Seth Jones. Now to McCabe left point. Tried to launch it towards the net. Blocked by Cale Makar. Puck spills back out to center ice. Avs get a change in. Seth Jones in front of Marc-Andre Fleury's net. Now he'll cruise out to center ice. Has some open ice and takes it. Over the Avs line, he backhands it down the near boards in behind the goal. Bowen Byram put it up the left half boards for the Avs, and now they're out to center ice. Nathan McKinnon over the Hawk line. Landeskog top of the right circle. Tried to hit the trailer Devon Taves. Puck clipped off a stick blade. And now we get a whistle for a hand pass with 6:15 to go in the third. It's a 3-3 game.
Good defensive play there by Jake McCabe. It was a really nice setup in the offensive zone. Jones over to McCabe at the far blue line, and his shot is blocked, but he's very careful to make sure, especially with the McKinnon line on the ice, that he gets it safely over to Jones in the neutral zone for him to reload.
Draw just outside of the Hawks line, won by the Avs. Puck rolls back down into the Colorado end. Devon Taves curls around his net, strolls out to center ice up the left wing. Puck moving defenseman in over the Hawks line, floats it in back of the goal. Rantanen there for the Avs. On to Landeskog left corner to McKinnon left point, dancing into the slot. Has the puck on his stick plate and fires. Whistled wide right. Puck settles down in back of the goal. Now Devon Taves has it right half boards to McKinnon in the deep slot. Waltzing over to the left half wall, working away from Kirby Dach. Now works it down the left half boards to the corner. Nathan McKinnon takes a hit in back of the goal there from Connor Murphy. Put it up to Bowen Byram. To Devon Taves, right face-off dot, fired, and Fleury hangs on. 5:34 to go in the third. It's a 3-3 game.
And make no mistake, Marc-Andre Fleury, despite how well the Hawks played in front of him in the second period, has still had to make some 10-bell saves. And just watching the work of Nathan McKinnon at the blue line, so good, so fast.
Well, 5:34 to go in the third, 3-3 game. We'll step aside. You're listening to Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Teachers shape the future. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who'll make preventing pandemics their life's work. Sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who'll help combat climate change. And generating possibilities for a student who'll be the first in their family to graduate college. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
Find your healthy in 2022 with great deals at Meijer. Get started on your wellness goals with buy one, get one free vitamins, select varieties. Thermal or hydration products, including mugs, water bottles, and tumblers in the home and sporting goods department are buy one, get one 50% off. And Meijer all-natural family pack chicken thighs, drumsticks, or breasts are 99 cents per pound. Plus, you can save $15 on your first Meijer home delivery or pickup order with code FIRST15. It's the year for wellness and great savings at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
The first choice equipment player of the game is Jonathan Toews, the captain, for getting the Hawks started on this comeback that's now tied at 3. He had the first goal of the game for the Hawks. And first choice equipment, Chicago's leader for Kubota skid steers, excavators, and track loaders. Visit firstchoiceequipment.com.
Speaking of Jonathan Toews, he just won a draw in the Hawks zone. Then Jake McCabe puts it up the left side boards, all the way back down into the Avs end. It's a 3-3 game with 5:20 to play in the third period. We've had a fun, back-and-forth, entertaining matchup tonight between two Central Division foes that'll meet 3 times this month. The Avs have the puck in their own end. Devon Taves between the circles. A Let's Go Hawks chant breaks out at the UC. Taves enters the Hawks zone to Landeskog left circle. Fired, but it was blocked off the stick blade of Kirby Dach. Now Dach is a 2-on-1 with Kurashev over the Avs line. Dach pulls up in the right circle. A backhand bid. Net came off. Kemper made the save. 4:49 to go in the third. 3-3 game. Looked like there was a golden opportunity brewing there, but the Hawks couldn't quite finish it.
Yeah, it looked like Landeskog maybe ran into the net as Kirby Dach pulled up and tried to make a centering feed, but a great play on the rush. Good recognition by Kirby Dach and Kurashev going up ice. And it was Cale Makar who knocked his own net off the goal line, and so they'll have to reset. Opportunistic play by the Hawks. And still plenty of time left with the way things have gone between these two teams, back and forth all night.
Face-off coming up to Kemper's right in the Avs zone. Taves wins the draw against McKinnon cleanly. Up to the right point for McCabe, who fired off the end boards. Taves was there just above the goal line, couldn't quite jam it in. And then Nathan McKinnon trying to hack it out to center ice. He does. Puck in front of the Colorado bench. McKinnon will now backhand it up the left side boards, all the way down into the Hawks zone. Avs get a line change. 4:28 to go in the third. 3-3 game. Outlet feed for DeBrincat. Clipped off his stick blade into the Avs zone far corner. Eric Johnson on it there. To Kadri. This line has been good for the Avs. Up ahead for JT Compher. Over the Hawks line to Sam Girard. Right circle. Waits. It's the driller. A slap shot from Eric Johnson. Rebound. Settled down by Fleury. And now we get a battle in front of the net. JT Compher tied up with Riley Stillman. Those two exchange words as the entertainment heats up, the action heats up, and the tempers heat up with 4:10 to go in this third.
The Hawks got caught there just on the rush, and a great play by Andre Burakovsky to stop and slow up. Actually, it was Samuel Girard, rather. He had a lane to the net on Marc-Andre Fleury, and instead of taking it, he passes his back up to the point for Johnson to see if they can get some net front presence, which they had. But Marc-Andre Fleury, great job sliding at the top of his crease to save that and glove it down.
Face-off coming up to the left of Fleury. Strome will take it here against JT Compher. 4:10 to go in the third. 3-3 game. Strome wins it for the Hawks. To Jake McCabe. Now Seth Jones fires it up the right side boards and out of the zone. Puck at center ice. Nazem Kadri has it in front of the penalty boxes to Burakovsky. Right circle Hawks zone. A wrist shot off the stick blade of Seth Jones. Good job there from Seth Jones. Murphy put it up the near side boards. DeBrincat clears off his backhand. Puck available. DeBrincat claims it now in front of the penalty boxes. Tries to spin it into the Avs zone and does. Hawks back off, though. 3:38 to go in this third. 3-3 games. Avs enter the Hawks zone. Eric Johnson fires. A blocker save made by Fleury. Rebound spilled out. Sent around Fleury's net. Up the near wall. Eric Johnson pounds it right back in deep. In below the goal line. Jake McCabe has it there for the Hawks. Stripping it free is Logan O'Connor of the Avs. Rolls into the right circle. Couldn't corral it. Back comes Hagel up the left wing through center ice. Fed it across, looking for Kane. He finds him right circle. He dishes it back to the top of the crease. Poked aside, over by Darcy Kempfer. Now the Avs are back to their way. Over the Hawks line, into the right circle. Here comes Newhook. He fires, and Fleury had to make a pad save. It's then cleared in the ensuing moments by the Hawks. 2:56 to go in this third. 3-3 game. Both sides get line changes. Avs have the puck. Bowen Byram on the right wing. He'll backhand it down the right side boards. In back of the goal. Fleury comes out to play it. Dishes it to Caleb Jones. Outlet feed on the right wing and center ice for Kurashev, who'll shoot it across the rink into the Avs zone left wing corner. Now it's dealt up the near sideboards all the way back down into the Hawks zone. Couple of players racing after it. Doc is on it for the Hawks. He'll play it around, but picked off by Landeskog along the left half boards. Avs have it now in the offensive zone. McKinnon below the goal line. He'll waltz into the right circle. Has a look, then turns and deals it right back down the near sideboards in back of the Hawks net. Ranton in there, taking a couple of nudges from Calvin DeHaan, who does a nice job to steal it away momentarily. But then the Avs get it back. Devon Taves had it, lost it. Kurashev pokes it back to the Avs line. Landeskog there, little stretch feed from McKinnon. Into the Hawks zone, fired! And it goes wide right. Off a deflection, up and out of play. 1:56 to go in the third. It's a 3-3 game.
And all three Hawks players trying to collapse on Nathan McKinnon right there, and he just barely misses the net there on Marc-Andre Fleury, coming out to the top of his crease. Great goaltending right there to try to cut down the angle on one of the best goal scorers and power forwards players in the National Hockey League right there.
Face-off coming up to Fleury's left. 1:56 to go in the third. 3-3 game. JT Compher against Jonathan Taves here. Compher won the draw for the Avs. Up to the right point. It spills out to center, though, so Colorado has to retreat back to their own line. McCarr to Burakovsky over the center ice circle. He'll dump it just above the goal line where Fleury comes out to cut it off. McCabe then flings it around the net up the far side boards all the way down into the Avs end. In below the goal line, a race for the puck. Burakovsky's back on it in his own end this time for Colorado. To Devon Taves, now for Nazem Kadri. Over the Hawks line. Took a hit from Jake McCabe. Rebound. Found Burakovsky. He fired wide right. Puck banked off the end boards. Spills back out. Avs aren't done yet. A one-timer from Devon Taves. And a beautiful right pad save made by Marc-Andre Fleury. Puck spills back out to center. 70 seconds to go in the third. 3-3 game. Avs have the puck just inside of their own line. Devon Taves put it over the Hawks logo for Gabe Landeskog. He'll flick it down the near side boards into the Hawks zone. 60 seconds to go in the third period. Puck is shot up the middle of the ice all the way down into the Avs zone, where we get an icing call with 54.9 left in the third. It's a 3-3 game.
Dangerous looks for Colorado in the final minute there, Jason. Nazem Kadri, they may have got away with one, the Hawks. He wanted a penalty for tripping when he got hit on his attempt to go to the net, and he wasn't going to get it. And a good job by the Hawks to continue to keep that puck out of the dangerous areas, but forces them to take an icing to try to slow down the Avalanche, give them a chance to reset here on this faceoff.
So now Rantanen will take the draw against Kirby Dach. Dach won it, has it to Entwistle. The Hawks can't quite clear their zone at the left point of the Hawks end. They're trying to jam it out. Now they do. Bowen Byram has it back for the Avs. To Samuel Girard, his D partner. 38 seconds to go in the third. 3-3 game. Girard steps over the Hawks zone at the left point. They'll swing it around Fleury's net to the near wall. Rantanen had it and then lost it. Puck below the goal line. Connor Murphy gets it back. Has a look up for the Hawks. Feeds it to Patrick Kane. 23 seconds to go in the third. Patrick Kane patiently cruising up the right wing at center ice. Plays it down the right side boards in below the goal line. Avs have it back in their own end. Now they start their breakout. Through center ice, here comes Burakovsky. Over the Hawks line to the right circle. Stops up. Feeds the trailer. It's Cale Makar. Fed it towards the cage. It was tipped out by Seth Jones. 3 seconds left in the third. Outlet feed for Taves. Over the Avs line. Taves fires! Oh, and it kissed off the glove of Darcy Kemper as time expired.
What a look there for the captain at the end of the game, just seconds away from almost putting that one past Darcy Kemper, and it actually goes off the skate or the stick of Devon Taves as it makes its way to the net. And a great effort and defensive play from Seth Jones to make that play possible in the defensive zone before it.
Well, to overtime we go. 3-3 after regulation. Whew. Kaylee, is your heart racing too? A
little bit. I mean, this is the most excited I think I've seen the United Center and this team with this much energy. I think they really rose to the occasion playing against a high-flying, offensively dominating Colorado Avalanche team, scoring 3 unanswered up until that final tally from Colorado by Eric Johnson. And they did such a great job at coming back and, like you mentioned, Jason, trying to find that balance between not sitting back, but also realizing there's just under 15 minutes to go in this game and they have to fend off Colorado. But nonetheless, they're going to come away with a point tonight. I mean, that's a must. They're playing 4 conference opponents this week. They didn't get a point out of Calgary. They will tonight. They move on to Arizona in their next meeting. But can Kane and DeBrincat, if they put them out there, if Derek King puts them out there to start, can they make the magic happen and connect for a third time as Alex DeBrincat has a pair of power play goals?
Well, DeBrincat, as Kaylee mentioned, scored twice. And both were assisted by Kane. We have to talk about the Hawks' resilience in this game. Went down 2-0 early. Against a team like this, easy to get discouraged, but did not give up. The energy in the second period was incredible. Outshot, I should say, the Avs 17-7 in that second, but just so much resilience tonight.
You know what, their second period against Calgary, they were not happy with. Tonight, it was the complete opposite. A great response to Colorado dominating them in the first. They come out of a 2-0 deficit, end up in a tie and come away with a point. And the way they're playing defensively and the desperation, the little plays all over the ice, that's what stands out to me about how well they've defended, and it's allowed them to score offensively. They have the weapons. It's just a matter of defending first, and they've done that.
Nathan McKinnon over the Hawks line for the Avs as overtime gets rolling. Cale Makar at the left circle now. Makar, wrist shot, and a stick save made by Fleury. Puck hops up and out of play. It's Doc, Kurashev, and Jones on the ice to begin the OT for the Hawks. 20 seconds into the overtime. 3-3 after regulation. Face-off coming up to Fleury's right.
Cale Makar, I mean, his skating ability is something else. He leads all NHL defensemen right now with 13 goals, but he is an absolute weapon and an extremely talented young defenseman. Just getting started here, but he is someone really exciting to watch.
Avs win the offensive zone draw. McKinnon in the deep slot, watched by Seth Jones. Now McKinnon in the right circle, fires a wrist shot, and Fleury makes the save. Able to squeeze the puck between his armpit and shoulder there. With 4.5 to go in overtime. Again, 3-3 after regulation.
And let's not forget Marc-Andre Fleury. It's been a few days since he's seen game action, but you wouldn't know it based on his performance tonight. He just looks so poised in net. And he's made some key saves for the Hawks all night. Really impressive in his return to the lineup after being out with dealing with COVID.
Taves now wins the draw for the Hawks on the ice with Seth Jones and Alex DeBrincat. Jones to DeBrincat on the right wing at center ice. To Taves, scooting over the Avs line at the left point. Stops up there. Makar pushed him off the puck. Now the Hawks have to retreat back to their own line. Seth Jones cruising up the left wing. He'll enter the Avs zone cleanly. Pulls up beside the left circle but lost an edge. Now a feed in front. DeBrincat was on the doorstep. Taves was looking for him. Didn't get a shot off. 4:02 to go in overtime. 3-3 after regulation. Makar at his own line for the Avs. Up to Nazem Kadri. Over the Hawks line to the left circle. Curls around the net. Watched by Patrick Kane. Fed it across looking for Devon Taves. Couldn't find him. Back comes Patrick Kane through center. Over the Avs line to the slot. On the back check, Devon Taves was able to poke check it away. Now back come the Avs through center. They'll opt to retreat here. Mikko Rantanen leaves it between the circles for Devon Taves, who just made that beautiful defensive play. 3.5 to go in overtime. 3-3 the score. Avs through center ice and over the Hawks line. Down the right wing side comes McKinnon. Fired! You heard it hit the post. Seth Jones did away for the Hawks. Outlet feed for Taves in front of the Hawks bench. To Brandon Hagel, sweeping down the left side into the circle. Pulls up along the left half boards. It's Hagel now to the left wing corner of the Avs zone. Up to Taves, opts to retreat back out to center ice over the Hawks logo. Scoots in over the Avs line to the right circle. It's Taves to the slot, waits and fired that one. Kissed off the post. Oh, a beautiful chance for Jonathan Taves, but the captain couldn't quite find the back of the net. 2:53 to go in the overtime session. 3-3 the score.
Oh, he just cuts across the middle, defeating Samuel Girard and hits the post. Jonathan Taves with the first goal tonight to get things going for the Hawks in the second period, and their comeback just hits the outside of the post, beating two Avalanche players in front. He's having a heck of a game tonight.
Kirby Dach, Philip Kurashev, Seth Jones now on the ice for the Hawks. Face off to Darcy Kemper's left in the Avs zone. Will face off against Landeskog. Landeskog wins the draw for the Avs. 2:50 to go in OT. Avs exit their own zone. McKinnon on the left wing at center ice. Has a look now, steps in over the Hawks line. At the left point, dancing into the left wing circle. Stops up below the goal line, badgered by Seth Jones. McKinnon leaves it off on the right side boards for Cale Makar. Curls around the net. Cale Makar now along the near wall in the Hawk zone. Little move to the net. Makar fakes, he shoots, he scores! Cale Makar wins it in OT for the Avs. And Colorado gets the extra point tonight in Chicago.
Well, there's a reason why Cale Makar has just found his way into the NHL at such a young age and won the Calder Trophy, a Hobey Baker winner, and that was just an incredible play offensively. He wins the one-on-one battle against Kirby Dach. Forehand, backhand, and top shelf on Marc-Andre Fleury, but you could see Kurashev at the end of that goal was disappointed. I think he felt he was picked off earlier on the play and warranted a penalty, but nonetheless, this is going to be a win for Colorado, and at least the Hawks, Jason, will take away a point in this game.
Solid effort. You mentioned the point there, but boys will probably go back to the dressing room and say no consolation prize here. However, it was definitely an effort full of resilience and fortitude. Went down 2-0 early tonight. clawed their way back to take a 3-2 lead. Avs tie it 3-3, and then Makar, just one of the more beautiful moves you'll see in the NHL tonight to win it.
I'm sure one of many from him, such a talented young defenseman, but it's unfortunate for the Hawks as they're trying to crawl into a better position to make the playoffs that they can't come away with two. I think they were deserving of another point tonight. Marc-Andre Fleury was great in his return. Solid effort overall and a resiliency you talked about, Jason, but just not enough to get that extra point.
Heading into Arizona on Thursday now. Maybe your takeaways and keys for that one?
I think Arizona right now, it's must win. Divisional matchups, of course, but these Western Conference opponents, you have to keep building. And Arizona, obviously, a team in a rebuild at the bottom of the standings. It's a team you have to come away with 2 points if you're the Blackhawks. And I think there's a lot of positives to build off of in tonight's game. Much better effort from what we saw in the first two returning from the break. And defensively, it led to good offense. They stuck with it. And this was a tough opponent they faced. So I think special teams as well, something that they talked about needing to be better in, and they were tonight. A pair of power play goals led the comeback, along with Jonathan Toews and Alex DeBrincat scored two of those, both power play goals, and their PK was outstanding, backed by their Vezina winner in Marc-Andre Fleury.
Well, again, the Avs win it 4-3 in overtime. Hawks get a point out of it. They'll head to Arizona on Thursday to kick off. It'll be a 3-game road trip. Again, it was such a pleasure to have you with us tonight on WGN. Fun matchup. The Avs come out on top. Our outstanding crew here, Brett Jackson in studio, Paul Zarang couldn't do it without you guys. Kaylee Chelios next to me, so talented. Did an awesome job tonight, Kaylee. It was so fun working with you.
Jason, it was amazing working with you. You sounded like a veteran out there, and it's been an honor to be able to be here. Obviously, we respect and love John Weidman, so synonymous with the Hawks, and Troy Murray, of course. We're thinking of them, but it was an honor to be a part of your NHL debut and to many more hockey games for you, Jason. Outstanding.
Thanks, Kaylee. I really appreciate that. Really enjoyed working with you. Again, it was a privilege to fill in for the great John Weidman tonight on WGN. Joe Brand did an excellent job with us. You'll hear more of Joe coming up soon. Once again, Avs win it 4-3 in overtime. Joe Brand will have you covered with all the post-game action in studio. For our wonderful crew, I'm Jason Ross Jr. saying so long. Have a wonderful rest of your night.